We're
Reppin'.
back.
Reppin'.
We are back, everybody. Hey.
Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's up?
What up, guys? How we feeling?
We're here for another episode. How you feeling?
They never answer.
It's annoying.
I know. We always throw it to them.
But we are here. We're back again for another Beans. Another episode. What number is this, son?
This is episode 80.
Episode 80. And why is this episode special, Bob?
Because this is we arbitrarily split up our episodes into seasons for no rhyme or reason. And each season is 16 episodes.
Don't
for
question us.
Some reason. Don't question us because we don't even know the answer to this one, if we're being all the way honest. And
We know the answer. I know the answer.
Yeah, what's the answer?
16 episodes.
Right. And
That's a season.
yeah.
A season of what? A season of Spoil the Beans, dumbass. What do you mean
Yeah.
a season of what? 16 episodes.
Yeah. And so that'll be what season? This is the end of season 5, I believe. Because 16 times 5 is 80.
We've done 5 seasons?
I believe so.
Yo,
I could be wrong about that.
we've been on longer than the motherfucking Carmichael show, dog. You know what I'm saying?
We have been.
We've been on longer than a lot of shows.
Yeah.
So that's why, but 5 seasons, Beaners. This is the season finale.
But before we get to it, we got to talk about last week's movie.
We got to talk about the episode before the season finale.
Players Club, baby. Episode 79.
And Asan mentioned something really funny to me. Asan, what's the tagline to this movie?
And Friday, they got down. And at a Players Club, they got down and dirty. Which is pretty tongue-in-cheek for a movie where somebody... for a movie where somebody got brutally raped.
Brutally.
Yeah.
One of the most brutal rape scenes in movies.
Yeah.
In movies.
I know, right?
And we're talking
You know what the
down and dirty.
Yeah. That would be like if Steven Spielberg movies, you know,
Yes.
in Jurassic Park, they got down, but in Schindler's List, they got down and dirty.
It would be the other way around, but I feel you.
Yeah, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this?
Yo, what the fuck? Yo, because also, you know, you said something great when you told me that. You said Ice Cube didn't have enough clout yet.
No.
Not yet. He was a star,
Yeah.
but he didn't have enough movie clout that they could just trust the movie. So
Without mentioning Friday.
they were like, yo, we got to mention this hit.
Yeah, we got to mention how Friday worked.
But I'm sure he was like, but I don't know, this movie's kind of dark. And they were like, Cube?
Yeah.
Mr. Cube?
Yeah.
Let us say Universal tell you something.
Yeah. We got to.
We know how movies work, buddy. All right? This Friday, it's all the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
He told him, dude, how evil was he? What?
They did have a scene that was very much like the "you got knocked the fuck out" scene,
Which one?
except not as impactful. At the end, when she beats the blonde girl's ass, and the little guy is looking at him, damn, you look like you got kicked in or something like that.
He's like, damn, you look like you got kicked in.
Or
That
some
is
shit
what
like
he said.
that. And I was like,
You got kicked in.
I know where they got that from, huh?
Huh, I wonder where you got that. Yeah, that emotion and that line.
Yeah, and the same shot because
Everything
it was
up.
from her perspective up and at the guy.
Yeah, and everybody's looking down.
Yeah, everyone's looking down.
That's a great, you just got beat up shot.
Yeah, that is a great. You just got beat up shot, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's definitely one of those. I'm just like, hey, this worked last time. Why not try again this time?
I mean, hell, in Friday they got down.
But this one, they got down and they got very dirty.
How dirty did you think they got in the Players Club? Players Club was directed by Ice Cube.
It was directed by Ice Cube too.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Good
Written
for him.
and directed. He's a Tarantino kind of guy.
Yeah, it's all the same universe.
Yo, that's awesome. What if this and Are We There Yet was in
the same universe?
Like that Ice Cube grew up to be that guy.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what a journey.
He atoned for his sins a little bit, huh?
Yeah, he
He's
went
trying
through
to-
some Crazy Fridays.
Yeah.
He was Triple X at one point.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was evil in this movie.
How evil was he, buddy?
Yeah, really evil. I was like, dude, what's your problem?
I thought, you know what? Ice Cube's a good character actor. He's not bad.
Ice Cube's very good at what he does.
Yeah, you give him a thing to do.
He's amazing in Boys in the Hood.
God, he was. You give him. I feel like he's the kind of guy. You can't give him a lot of range. I wouldn't give him a lot of
He's
leeway.
got to be angry.
You got to be angry.
He's got to be angry.
But if you give him some good lines and be
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I need you to be angry,"
yeah,
he'll deliver them.
great angry guy. I mean, the Jump Streets.
And that was, I mean, which I would. I mean, a lot of people don't want to say this, but I think comedy acting is even harder. So the fact that my man can be funny in the Jump Streets and the Are We There Yet, you got to give it to him that the dude can act, man. Because I
Yeah.
think comedic acting is way harder than
got good
drama
timing.
acting.
Good
That's what
timing.
comedic acting is all about, timing.
Yeah,
And if
yeah.
you got timing, you can act. Homeboy can act.
Yeah.
He just, can't get money. It's not like he ain't motherfucking Christian Bale.
No, you can't.
He ain't becoming different people. All right.
He's always kind of Ice Cube.
He's Ice Cube. He's always Ice Cube.
Yeah, he's got that sort of Michael B. Jordan thing going on.
He's Michael B. Jordan.
He's got to be in that range.
You gotta give him, but if you give him a good script, they'll
kill it. If Michael B.
it.
Jordan could write and direct, he'd be Ice Cube.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm not. He's a young guy. We don't know he's actually really young. So he's writing and directing.
There is time.
What the fuck? We're talking about the Players Club.
Right. Sorry,
I was about to get into the whole Michael B. Jordan because we talk about like how Michael B. can't act, bro.
No, not really.
He can't. It's a hot take on Spoiled Beans, and I agree with it this time.
Yeah.
Homeboy can't act. You can't act, dog. You're good though at everything you do.
Right. It's fascinating. And I thought you should have been the villain in Paul Blart. I will stick to that.
It's Hassan's theory. Yeah. I don't know why he brings it up like it's like it's a goddamn Tower 7 thing.
Should have been Michael B. Jordan, baby. But it's crazy that he wasn't even offered the role. Anyways, regardless, The Players Club. Yes. Did I think it was a good movie? Absolutely. Yeah. And I will say this.
What?
I was very much so into the titties and ass that I can't really critically break this movie down.
How do you break down big old juicy black tits and ass? Oh my God, they were beautiful.
The hottest girl in the movie was definitely the bartender.
You thought over Diamond?
Over Diamond. I thought she was hotter than Diamond.
What about when Diamond was rubbing her hard ass nipples together?
Well, I mean, just because she's doing that, that's nice.
I'm comparing. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm saying in that moment, who was hotter?
Well, in that moment, sure, it's that moment. But if that bartender,
okay, you like, okay.
Hey, if that bartender started rubbing her titties together,
it'd be a battle.
Game over. What are you talking about?
I'd watch that battle.
She was hot.
She was really hot.
She was very hot.
She was very hot. What'd you think of the cousin's ass?
It's always out.
Dude, it was out the whole movie.
It was
awesome.
out the whole movie.
It's fucking Ice Cube's great.
Yeah, it was, it has the same. I wonder if because I've only seen Friday and now
Players Club.
Players Club. As far as movies that he's written and directed or written, so he did Barbershop too, right?
Yes, Barbershop.
So I would assume Barbershop is the same in the sense that there's
no. Barbershop's where that's post Are We There Yet? He's completely different.
Okay.
Everything's different. The energy's different.
Okay. Because I was going to say the vibe of being in terms of the narrative structure of it's not really about one story. It's just a bunch of, I guess the word would be a tableau. It's a bunch of stories that sort of run together.
Oh, yeah. No. Barbershop is that. I thought you meant, is it dark? No, I was about to say, it's way light. It's way light.
No. I know that. I just from the vibes of the trailers I got. Barbershop is more of a straight comedy.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm saying in terms of the structure of how he writes movies.
Yeah, very much that. Good point. I never noticed
very
that.
much. There's no this is the premise and this is the plot. It's just here's the setting and here's a bunch of stories that sort of run together around that setting.
He's only the time he's in a movie that's a real straight up movie is when he's just in it.
Yeah.
Like Boys in the Hood, 21 Jump Street, or you know what I mean? These movies. You know what
21 Jump Street's we got to find out who's selling this drug.
Triple X even, which I've seen. You know what I'm saying? These are movies. These are movies that he's in. But when he writes it, you can tell his style is very much that.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I never noticed that.
Sort of slice of life-ish. I guess that's how you describe it.
It's an interesting style to write. It's an interesting way to want to make movies.
Yeah,
clearly this is he's I like this.
This type. Yeah, and that's how his brain works.
Yeah,
you can sort of tell.
Probably. I wonder if it has anything to do with rap. I wonder if that's how maybe he writes music. You know what I mean?
You know more about his songs than I do. Are his songs like that?
Today Was a Good Day. It's such a good song.
Oh yeah. But it is kind of like that.
I mean, it's this vignette of a day.
Yeah, and that's pretty much his movie. It's like a movie. It's
It's really dope that he can write that way. It's a good catch.
Yeah,
it's really dope he can write that. I think that's because that's an interesting. I've never noticed it, but
now that I'm thinking about it, it's a distinct style of writing.
It's a distinct style, and it's interesting. And I wonder if it's. I mean, a lot of his music's fucking good, even the bangers. But then again, I mean, he's still just a rapper, so a lot of it's just also just dope metaphors and stuff. But that is interesting. One of his biggest hits today was a good day. It's kind of like the movie Friday, even.
Yeah. That's the vibe.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Kind of shattered glass.
Here's what. Yeah. This is what happens here, and here, and then it's awesome. All based around this one sort of setting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You told me all the people who I'd see in this, and I still got surprised every time I saw him.
Because they were just whoa, Charlie Murray!
Star after star after star.
Terrence Howard, what are you doing here? Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It was pretty
Bernie!
crazy.
What'd you think of Bernie?
He's funny.
Bernie's funny, man.
Yeah,
Bernie's
a funny
person.
Funny. Yeah, it's just also pay the fucking guy, dude. Pay the fucking guy. Because it's great that he didn't, because that's totally a type of person.
That's the character, and that's a real, and it's crazy that I know those. It's those people.
It's crazy that people that exist, because dude, you have the money to pay him out.
And you won't do it.
You won't do it.
You won't do it.
To your own life's detriment, you won't do it.
You die because of it.
Yeah.
40,000?
For what?
You made it in one night? 40,000?
For what? For what? What do you do? What are you doing?
You don't want to give up any extra money. That's crazy. How crazy. Bro, that's so crazy.
You can't run a business that runs long term if you're not willing to give up money like that. That's why the players
Especially
last.
I mean, that's the money that because you got to also. If we're talking just from, I mean, of course, this is the murderer, but let's say it was a bank. You have to pay the bank back, or they're not going to murder you.
Your business.
They're going to take it. Yeah, it's like same thing still happens if you don't die. But
it's any business, dude. You got to sink money in it first before you get it.
Yeah, it's an investment. I mean, also you got to pay back. It's like that's how life works.
Yeah.
Investments have to be paid.
Yeah.
That's why the Lannisters are the shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Fucking he is not a Lannister.
How much did season 8 suck ass?
Oh, man, let's not talk about it right now.
No, let's talk about it, because we never talk about it on this podcast. Yeah. I'm sure that's what the people want. They're like, they never talk about Game of Thrones. They always talk about fucking Free Willy or some shit.
Oh, here's the crazy
Season 8 sucked. What the fuck happened?
They just were like, we're cashing this check and we're going to write Star Wars. And
that's going to suck because you're not the fucking George Lucas guy.
Yeah.
You're not him, so get over it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The weird, interesting coincidence. I guess I shouldn't have worn this hat because of the scene, but the scene where he rapes the girl. You remember that?
Oh, whoa. We haven't even talked about that yet.
Yeah.
There's a rape scene in this. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's terrifying. He wears, because I got the hat the same week we did the movie. He's wearing a Black Crackers jersey. It's the same fucking team.
And as our boy Brody would say,
Connections.
Oh, I miss him. Yo, that's great. How did you notice that nigga had a Black Crackers jersey on?
Because when I got the hat, I read about the team.
How are you not noticing all the rape? Most people would notice the rape. He was like, "What jersey is that?"
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? Because I noticed. I know the history of this, and I know this team after Atlanta they moved to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So he had an Indy thing. It was an Indy jersey, and then on the side patch of his jersey was
what?
I don't know. I'm gonna show it
to the camera.
It was this symbol. A variant of that symbol, but it's that symbol, and that softened the blow of a terrible rape,
dude.
Yeah,
real quick,
it really was like,
wrap it up on that. That rape. How did you feel? Because that's on some movie shit, on some every movie you've ever seen, the Pulp Fiction rape scene, the
visceral, the punching noise.
Woo! And her screaming, actually bloody murder. Those are bloody murder screams.
And the fact that you can't see any of it, the fact that he turns the lights off, I thought that was well done. And all the guys just huddling around the door like, dude, what the fuck? Also, the worst bachelor party of all time. Dude, if you were like, yo, what's your bachelor? If you're like, oh, my bachelor party, we're gonna go to a motel and hang out there and just watch strippers, I'd be like, dude, what the fuck? That's your entire party?
We're gonna watch porn until they get there. Derek, what is going on?
Can we at least go to a game first or something?
Why can't we just go to a strip club if we're gonna do that? If we're gonna, they have places set up for this.
Yeah, right.
And they'll fuck you at those places. We'll pay the money. Hey, also, you don't have to rape that girl, bro. It's your bachelor party. I got you.
Yeah, right.
You want to fuck somebody? I totally will pay for this. Relax.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yo, remember when he walks out and he's like, "Hey, thanks for the party, sister." He's like bleeding. And she's like, "Where is he?" "Oh, she's asleep." And it's like, yo, what movie is this? Every time I'm like, I've watched that movie so many times, dog. And every time I'm that scene, I'm like, what? Who? Ice Cube, what happened? What's going on in your fucking head?
That's based on a real person.
Dude, he's heard that story.
There's no way it's not based on a real person.
He fucking knows that because that shit was
because that guy was seeing
visceral.
Red. The second he was like,
he wanted some pussy, dog.
Yeah,
you know what's crazy?
He was getting married the next day. You were gonna definitely get some pussy if you waited.
For sure, the next day you were gonna get some. Here's my question though, because it's like, all right, my nigga, he walks in the room. Let's break down this scene. He walks in the room.
Yeah,
closes the door.
Right,
and he's like, "What's up, girl? The party's in here." And then she's like, "Oh, get out. I'll be out in a second."
Right.
And then he's like, "Oh no, we're gonna have a good time in here." And then she's like, "No, it ain't gonna be that way." And he's like, "Oh, come." Like, so
that's how what's your question?
I guess that's what's so scary because for me, that's like really the scariest part.
She said no.
He's like still being goofy about it.
That's
he didn't change until he had to get violent.
That's what made it real to me. He's like, oh wow, he's choosing to hear the no.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely made a fucked his whole life up for no reason. For no reason.
How many women
random
do you think that kind of rape also? I don't think that's a serial rapist. I think that's just a guy who's makes rash decisions like that his whole life. And then
Yeah.
that was another. That was him in the most intense moment, like because he's probably just living the most intense life. I'm
Yes.
assuming this
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
This
yeah.
guy's not doing good things.
There's no the cereal requires like steps and like
Yeah. No, this was a moment of like, oh, you just did this.
Cereal involves a ritual.
Yes.
If this
R. Kelly shit.
If someone's a serial anything, there's a ritual. Bill Cosby shit. It's a ritual.
Yeah.
It's the same shit over and over again. This is just like a violent guy in the moment.
Yes, this is a violent man who's always violent. He always does violent
This
things.
is this violent guy.
And
clearly.
then this is for some, it bled over into sex this time.
She was wrong place, wrong time, wrong people. She was in a bad situation.
God, that girl, and then the girl, Sal. What'd you think of the bad girl in this?
It was a good bad girl.
Right?
It was a good villain.
She was a good villain.
Good villain.
What'd you think of Adele Givens of all the comics? All the comics in this.
All the comics in it were great. That was a good choice. It was a good choice. I'm glad when
You
people
like the
fuck with
security
comics.
guy and the guy who was with Ice Cube? They're all comics.
Yeah, the guy who was with Ice Cube caused the whole scene for no reason.
Dude, with
he was-
Michael Clark Duncan is
He was
in
like
this.
he was like a Joe Rogan fan.
That's how he did the bad ones, not all of them.
Yeah.
The Joe Rogan fan where you're like, oh my god, dude, dear Lord, calm down.
And that's the Players Club.
Oh yeah, that is the Players Club. What movie? What is this? What podcast is it?
Hey,
What up?
Beaners. This is your intermission right now.
Before we get into the episode you are here for, really quick, thank you for listening. We
Yes,
love you.
We do. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Rate and review this podcast on iTunes.
Please rate and review. That stuff matters. We could use the help, and we would appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it.
Tell your friends about the podcast. We know you love it. You keep going back and listening to old episodes. That's
Yeah.
how we know you love it. We appreciate that.
And follow us on Instagram at Spoil the Beans, and then you can find our individual Instagrams. We're linked on everything. Follow
Derek
us from
Poston, Hassan Ahmad.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, and shout out to Greg Scamato for making our theme music. If you want some more samples from him or maybe help from him, check out gregcanhelp.com.
Yep.
Yeah. And now back to your future presentation. Hey, we're back, guys.
Season finale.
Finale, baby.
Season motherfucking finale, dog.
Thank you for rocking with us, guys.
Thank you for
Rocking with us and growing.
5. Is it 5? You sure it's 5?
5, yeah. 16
For
times 5 is
5.
80.
Great seasons and rocking and rolling with us. It's
Yeah.
been nice
It's dope.
to watch. They have grown with us, and that's really cool.
Yeah. This podcast is small but growing, and we appreciate every one of you who stuck with us and are going to continue to stick with us if you're newer. We really appreciate
We
it.
really do, man. You guys have no idea. It's cool because it's like, man, it started with just nobody listening, and now it's like, it's crazy that a lot of motherfucking people listen from different places, and it's like, that's really cool.
Yeah. And we got some cool things coming up. I mean, this season we added a theme song.
We added a theme song this
So-
season, and guys, next season, season 6, we coming for that ass. You know what I mean? We're coming with fun. Season 6 is gonna be crazy. We're always updating shit. It's gonna get bigger. It's gonna get crazier.
Yeah.
Wait till we're in like season 20. We're gonna be like fucking South Park. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fucking huge. We promise. And guys, new Beaners, we're coming your way. Nashville Beaners.
Nashville Beaners. We're going to be there
This
this weekend.
This weekend, come out
Yes.
to Zany's Nashville Beaners. Just get your tickets at tfatk.com. And also if you listen, you're from Memphis, and you know you're fucking, a homie from back in the day. I appreciate you listening and that you fucking me from Christian Brothers High School still. And B, come on out, bro. Come out to Nashville and just say what's up, man. Please do. You know what I mean? Because tickets are about to sell out for sure. So also, if
Yeah,
you are
get on
listening,
that. You got to get on that.
if you hear this Monday or whenever you hear this Tuesday, whenever, get on that, get tickets now because it might be too late. It might be too late now. So you know what I mean? Get tickets. And then after that, I will be with Brennan Schaub in Portland, literally
Helium.
not the next weekend, but the weekend after.
The weekend of the 17th.
17th August weekend.
I believe it's 15, 16, 17.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes.
We will be at Helium.
Helium. And
Helium Comedy Club in Portland.
Yeah.
In Portland. So come out, make sure you get tickets. Come say what's up. Any Portland Beaners that we do have.
And I will be at Nick Cann's wedding. So shout out to Nick Cann. I won't be at Portland. For any of you Dangerous Brown fans, I will not be there. But
Yeah.
come out to the show. It'll be great.
And thank you, all the new King and the Sting listeners who came, who are now listening to this. Gang, gang, buzz, buzz. And then, of course, we will be everywhere else with Brennan Schaub. So if you're in any other cities, we'll announce them, of course, next week. But if you're in any other cities, just come on out. We'll
Look
let
at his
you know.
website. All those dates we're on.
We're on. And
Yes.
then also, hey, I know I've seen Australia and Ireland and listeners and all that shit. We're coming out to you guys next year. Canada, don't you worry.
Well,
We're coming out
Ireland
that
and
way.
Canada. I don't think we're going to Australia.
King and the Sting stuff, bro.
Oh, King of the Sting.
Yeah. So, just keep your heads up, guys. We're on our way out. Hassan,
Yes.
it's the season finale.
Yes.
You knew that?
Yes, we've talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Like plenty this episode.
Have we?
Yeah, like at least 4 or 5 minutes of it.
He doesn't know shit. You don't know. Are you excited?
Yes.
Before we start
Okay.
this finale, can you tell me what you think happens in the movie The Town?
The Town? What? What is this? Is this an M. Night Shyamalan movie? No, I think that's The Village. The Town. Fuck. This could be about anything. This could be about the Golden State Warriors for all I know.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Okay.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Fuck. I guess it's about like this family moves into the town.
What happens?
And at first everyone's friendly and the neighbors and like, oh, this is cool, but everyone's like too friendly.
Oh.
And it's like there's sort of this creepiness.
Oh, I hate. Yeah. Okay, keep going.
Permeating.
That always scares me. That always scares me.
Yeah. Which makes me think this is not what this movie is about because I'm describing a horror movie, but I'm gonna keep going.
Well, because I hate horror movies.
Yeah.
Papa's scared.
Yeah, Papa is scared. It's weird.
He had to convince me to see Get Out. That's how scared I get scared.
Jesus, yeah, fucking pussy.
But keep going. This is good.
Yeah. And then maybe like the daughter is getting like a lot of like attention. She's like in a senior in high school.
Ooh, she's hot.
Of course. That's why she's getting that attention. But it's like something's off about it.
It's
like,
not good attention.
Yeah, everyone's
Okay.
staring at her. Everyone's like, you know what I mean? Everyone's like inviting her to shit, and like people are like, yo.
Oh my god! Like everyone's in on this.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
the whole town is in on this, bro.
Fuck. Then what happens?
Um,
I'm already kind of scared.
So, like, the daughter is like the main character in this. That's how I look at it. And then,
Do we know her? Is she a famous person?
no.
Ooh, no name. Okay.
Yeah, but she's like ooh, you know what? I'll make her like a school reporter. She's like a wannabe journalist type. And she does some digging around, and she finds like these old pictures, and she's like, wait, what? Everyone sort of looks the same, and they realize it's the same people back from like the 1800s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they look the same, and it's they turns out the way that they stay young is that they ritualistically murder
Whoa! What the fuck,
the
dude?
new family that comes in.
This is how this town is staying young.
Yeah, it's a blood sacrifice.
So this is about the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. That's how we created a dynasty. It's how we got. It's about how we got KD. Yeah, and she was able to convince her family about it, and maybe like the dad dies protecting them. Sort of like a Quiet Place type thing where the dad's sacrificing.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. And they get out of there, and
Yeah.
then the town loses its blood sacrifice, and everyone
Damn.
like sort of ages and crumbles.
But they make it out.
They make it out.
Who
The
dies?
brother, sister, and then maybe the mom. Maybe the kids die. She has a little brother.
Someone might die. Someone's dying in the family.
Yeah, maybe 2, but the kids make it out. And because they couldn't kill everyone, the whatever black magic god rules the area is like, you've disappointed me, and then everyone sort of crumbles and fades, and the town.
Whoa! This is like the
Yeah.
painting. That painting movie.
Yeah, the picture of Dorian Gray.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that nigga.
Yeah. Except it's like have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
I've heard of it. Never seen it.
It's kind of like that.
Oh, okay. You described Cabin in the Woods to me just now.
Sort of. Not really. Not really. That's an amazing movie.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Who directed this movie? You said M. Night Shyamalan. This movie you just described to me.
no, somebody else. M. Night Shyamalan, I think, directed The Village.
Oh, okay. So this is directed by Asana Mai, what you just said.
Yes. This is a hopefully, if no one's written this, I'll be on that.
You ready for the town? That was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
That was fucking unreal.
Yeah, I mean, right. As far as a movie I have no idea for, I was like, that's not a bad movie.
No, your movie wasn't bad
Yeah,
at all.
strong female lead. It's everything 2019 wants.
This is definitely though. I guess this is hardball level.
Okay.
Where it was like, wow, it's very, very rare. Because very rare you don't get one single thing. Well, I'm talking about like one, Like not even like usually you'll get like
Close.
a hint of something.
Not even close. I know.
Wow, I mean, this was like the ball was way over there.
Yeah. Is this a heist movie? No, I think that's Tower Heist. I'm thinking of. I feel like I've heard of the town before, but like I have just no clue of where I heard it from. Or
Because it's like, why would Derek pick this for the season finale? It must be something.
This happened in what, the early 2010s?
Well, do you want to just start the movie?
Yeah. Can you tell me the time frame, or is that going to be revealed during the movie?
You ready for the movie?
Yes. Yeah. Fine. It's gonna be like this, huh?
It's gonna be it's like this today.
Yeah. You're
Season
looking
finale,
at me
you know
like
what?
sometimes you don't tell me the time frame.
Sometimes I don't tell you.
Yeah.
Usually I tell you stuff. You know what? Today, season finale. Let's go in blind. How about that?
Okay.
You ready?
Yes. Let's do this. Ready for this roller coaster ride? I am. The straps are in, and I'm.
Get in,
ready
buddy.
to go. Yeah. We're going up the roller coaster now.
Just know Sam had never seen this movie. Blew her fucking head off. Okay.
Okay.
One blue-collar Boston neighborhood has produced more bank robbers and armed car thieves
This is
than
a fucking
anywhere in the
I
world. Charlestown. This is a true place, by the way.
Okay.
It's real. You know this is real.
All right.
Okay.
I didn't know this is real, but I've fully accepted it already.
No, this is real. This is a real place.
Okay.
And this real. This story isn't real, but this is based on. You know what is another thing where it's based on.
It's like historical fiction almost type thing, or
It's based on like this is a real town, but this is a
made up story.
yes
Right.
about this real place that
About this real
exists.
town. Yeah, with a lot of bank robbers and shit.
All the bank. Charlestown.
Okay.
This is a quote. Bank robbery became a trade in Charlestown, passed down from father to son.
Ooh, I like that.
This is real.
Yeah.
All right, I looked it up. I was like, oh wow. Cameras start panning over this monument over Boston. You see the city just work like at work during the day. You know the shots just people doing their Boston thing. Driver, you hear Ben Affleck. Driver's name Arthur Shaw. All right, and you see a guy driving an armored tank.
Okay.
And he's listing everything about the driver. 42 years old, one wife, divorced once, 2 kids.
Armored tank or armored truck?
Armored truck, like a
Like a
bank,
Brinks truck?
Yeah,
Okay.
Brinks truck.
Okay.
Boop,
Yeah.
boop. You know what I mean? Back it up.
Yeah, but
So he's driving, and you hear the voiceover. You hear Ben Affleck saying all these things about them, everything to know about this dude.
Okay.
And then he's saying everything he's gonna do. Every morning at 6 a.m. he gets his cup of coffee, Starbucks. And then gets a caramel latte. He's out the door by 6:02. Like he's every single move they make. Right.
Right.
Clearly, this motherfucker knows what's up.
Casing
Yes.
this guy. Yes.
So he goes. He goes. But if we see helicopters or any SWAT, we're fucked. Nobody gets hurt. And then you hear the camera pans over because you finally see him right on the last line. Camera pans over is Jeremy Renner next to him, Hawkeye.
Shit.
All right, Hawkeye is like, these guys test you for their fucking $10 an hour. Don't let them get in the way. And then Ben Affleck kind of looks at him like, calm down.
Yeah, we don't want to murder
All right,
nobody.
let's relax.
Yeah,
we're
that's
pros.
Yeah, that's more heat than you want.
Okay, bro. They bust out the car, bust out, run in the bank. They all have scary ass Halloween masks on. They look terrifying. All right, they flip everything over. Get the fuck on the ground! Fuck on the ground! Everybody on the ground! They run over. They know everything is. Everything's precise. They all go to exactly where they're supposed to go. Start grabbing people. Start moving things. Start flipping over certain tables. They spray paint the certain camera. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
Everything's right on it. Right. I love it. The sound cuts and then it goes from this is such a great shot. It goes just from one of the camera's angles, like just one of the camera angles, and you just hear no sound, but you just see everything they're doing.
Okay.
And it's just violent as fuck. These dudes they're violent, right? You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
really
throwing
robbers.
people around, fucking getting on everybody's
Yeah,
grill.
hitting people with the gun.
Oh yeah. So they take everyone's phones, immediately take everyone's cell phones, tie everyone's hands. They do it really quick. They know exactly how many people in the
How
room,
many people?
everything. Probably like 15, 12, maybe 12, 15.
How many people in the group?
Oh, four.
Okay,
Four.
four.
In the group. 3 inside.
3 inside, 1 getaway.
Yeah. So they go get the manager, they get the bank manager, and then they get a girl to open the vault, right? He goes, you know, you're gonna open the vault in 2 minutes, and then she lies and is like, no, I have to open the vault in 3 minutes, and then he goes, I know your vault's time. It opens at 8:15. The vault's on a time. It only can open at like between 8:15 and 8:20. It's like they know everything about this shit, right? And then he's like, don't lie to me again. This isn't your money, and he puts the gun closer to her head.
It's not worth it to
and
lie.
But also you can tell that's her job. She was just like training. It was just like, hey, that's what you lie to him, so it triggers the thing. And then what do you do in that moment where you're like,
right?
You know, So they tell her, you know, we don't open it clean. No distress call when you open it. So she starts spinning the thing, right? They got the gun on the manager. The manager's kind of looking at her. She's scared as shit. Ben Affleck, as she's scaring, she's so scared. The fucking Jeremy Renner dude's talking crazy to the manager. What the fuck you looking at, huh? You know, and then she's like just like trying to panic, and she's panicking, and then Ben Affleck's like, calm, take your time, breathe. She opens it. Okay. They run in. One of the guys, two go in. One of the guys goes around inside, steals all the security footage because all the security footage is in the vault.
Smart.
So they steal all the security footage. All right. He runs out with security footage, goes into the break room, throws it all in the microwave, hits on, runs off. You know what I mean? In and out. Like they just I love just
practice,
like, oh damn,
well
grabbed evidence, destroyed it within 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They get all the cash out the vault really quick, and then right then, as they're about to run out, you hear do 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 on the front door. They all stop. Do 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 do. Hey, you guys open? Do do do. Thought you guys were open. You guys not open? Do 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 do. You know, right then, Ben Affleck looks down. He sees the girl that opened the vault. She's laying down. Her foot hit a little button on one of the like a little distress button on one of the table corners.
Right.
Her foot hit it. He looks down. She looks up. She sees him. They're just looking at each other, but it's the Halloween mask, right? They're just staring at each other. The only reason you know it's Ben Affleck because you hear his voice go, "We gotta go," and it's him. So you're like, "Oh shit!" Right? So he takes off. Renner notices that the alarm got pulled, and he's like, "You motherfucker!" And he goes to the manager. He thinks it's him. So, you motherfucker, you pulled the alarm? He's like, "No, I didn't do it. You pulled the alarm, huh? Didn't you, motherfucker?" Boom, boom, starts busting with the gun. Blood squirting everywhere. Her skirt's all over the girl. Her shirt, right? She's like, He fucks his manager up. The manager is the nigga who made the ship in Titanic. Remember him? Not the nigga who built it.
Right.
Not the captain, but who also went down with the ship.
Yeah.
Him.
He was the one staring at the painting.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's him. All right.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
I love that scene. That's why I love
looking at the painting.
Because I love that scene. It's also kind of all his fault. It's something. It's all him. You know what I mean? It's not the captain, but it's like kind of your fault, my nigga. You know what I mean? So you the one who didn't put enough life fucking vests on. I mean, life rafts on the top.
Yeah, just because it looked weird. Ugh. Rich people.
So he getting his ass beat, right? The homeboy Affleck runs over, grabs him like, "Hey, relax." While he's grabbing him and trying to pull him off, homegirl notices Jeremy Renner's tattoo. He has the Luck of the Irish tattoo on the back of his neck.
Right. Okay.
She notices it. Okay. He's like, "Come on, let's go." So the other guy.
So that's how this dude. The second you lose your cool, that's when you start making mistakes.
Come on, baby.
You gotta,
no matter how precise you are.
Yeah, dude. You gotta. Hey, you're in Boston. Act like Tom Brady. Just breathe and make the next pass. Don't do anything extra.
Good point. Ben Affleck's so Tom Brady in this movie.
Yeah, just
he's
breathe.
So Tom Brady.
Just stay calm and make the next pass. Because the second you get in your emotions, you start losing.
This is one of the best movies that's come out in a while.
Okay. Okay.
Like critically acclaimed. 93%
When did this come out?
This came out 2000. I want to say 10.
Okay, so that time frame, just early 2010s, earlier part of this decade.
I want to say
because it seems like a 2010 movie, just because Jeremy Renner's in it.
2010 on the money. I guess you're right.
Yeah.
2010. But 2010, critically acclaimed. This movie's box office killer. It was I saw it in theaters. Oh my god, the one Jeremy Renner. He didn't win the Oscar. He definitely should have.
Oh wow. It's like
yeah. This movie, directed by Ben Affleck as well.
Ooh, Ben Affleck's been killing it,
dude. And now, don't get me wrong, Ben Affleck. The only reason he didn't get Oscar nom for this is just because
he's Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck and Renner steals this movie.
Right.
I mean, Hawkeye is this movie.
People hate Ben Affleck for whatever reason.
I hate this.
He I don't know what, because he does a lot of very good movies, but he inspires people just don't like him.
Yeah.
He doesn't he's very underrated.
Yeah, he is. Okay, but this is one of those things that he got his nobody hated on this.
Right.
This was
well done.
This was just. I mean, it was the shit. It was awesome.
Did he direct Argo too? Was that him?
Yep. He's an Oscar. He's an Oscar machine, dude.
Yeah. Good
He's
Hunting.
making big movie.
Yeah.
So. While he's grabbing homeboy,
Right.
the other guy who put all the stuff in the microwave,
Yeah.
he's now pouring Lysol on everything. Bleach,
Okay.
just pouring bleach on everything that they touched, right?
Right.
So he's doing all that.
Smart to have a evidence guy on your team.
One of the guys, Renner grabs the girl. And he's like, we're taking this hostage. The homeboy, the evidence guy, he's like, yo, what are we doing? Why are we doing that? Blah, blah, blah. He's like, we're doing it just in case. So they're grabbing her. Now she's they blindfold her, put her in the van. All right? They're doing this. Affleck's telling her, like, she's like panicking. Affleck's like, hey, calm down. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. No one's going to hurt you. While he's saying that, Jeremy Renner's just laughing. Dude,
Right.
he's scary as fuck.
Whew.
All right?
Whew.
They drop her off at a beach. You see her walking blindfolded, right? She walks. She gets to the water and stops, pulls her blindfold down, goes black. The town.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
John Hamm walks up.
Oh, wow.
FBI.
Oh, wow.
This movie's the shit.
Good
dude.
for Ham.
This movie's awesome. He finds out he's finding they're telling him everything that happened, and he's finding out how precise this team is. And he's like, he knows what he's fucking with. He's like, okay, these guys are for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're telling him everything they did, how everything's wiped the Lysol, the security tapes. I mean, these guys are good. So they knew the time of the lock. And then he's looking at the safe while they're telling him all this, right? This 10-foot steel safe. And he goes, wow, 10-foot steel safe, huh? Only thing that can't break through it is the guy with the key. And then he walks through, and I was like, oh, that's so true. Like, what a useless machine if you just have the key. You know what I mean? So they go, we found the van. Let me guess, torched? And then they go, yes, sir. And then he goes, where? And then the guy goes, where do you think, boss? And then back to Charlestown. Okay? So you see Affleck, Doug McCrae. That's his name.
Okay.
But I'm not going to call him that.
Okay, Ben Affleck, yeah.
He walks into an ice rink. Right? The kids are playing hockey and shit. All the boys are all there waiting on him. The other two boys. They all have obviously the thickest Southie Boston accents. You know what I mean? And one of the guys, like there's a big fat guy who's the getaway driver.
Right.
And he had the nerdy guy who's like
The evidence guy?
The evidence guy.
Yeah.
The tech guy.
Any
You
any
don't
clue on
recognize
who they
them.
are? Okay.
You don't really recognize them.
Okay.
But they're great actors. You can tell these guys, like, I think they were just no names that he got, you know?
Yeah.
So he goes,
Or like Boston guys that he knew.
yeah, so he goes, one of the guys like, we taking hostages now? And he's like, nah, Ben Affleck's like, nah, we're not doing hostages. That's not what we do, you know? Right then, Renner shows up and he's late. And they're like, where are you, man? And then Renner's like, we got a problem. He's already on 10. And they're like, what? And he goes, you know the address of that girl? And he pulls out the license to the girl they took hostage. He goes, look at the address. They show it. She lives 4 blocks from where they live. And they're all like, motherfucker, Jesus Christ. You telling me we're going to see this girl walking around the street? Get the fuck out of here. We can't have that. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Renner's like, don't worry about it. I'll stalk her. You know, I'll scare. And then Affleck's like, no. She's already scared enough. And then he goes, yeah, but maybe she's not scared enough. And dude, his face is just like, you know what I mean? And Affleck's like, bro, you can tell you're already like this dude.
It's
this
like you brought this on yourself. That hostage was very unnecessary.
No, you didn't have to do that. That was you panicking and being a fucking psycho.
Yeah, and now you've brought yourself, like, again, you lose your cool, man. You bring your problems on yourself.
Especially in these kind of situations.
Yeah.
So, God, don't you love a heist movie, by the way?
Oh, dude, heist movies are the best. Heist.
So Ham goes talk to the girl. He took hostage, right? And he's asking her questions, but he's being real direct. He's not being like sympathetic.
Right.
He's like, did you try to escape? And then she's like, no. And he's like, okay. And he starts writing, and he's like, well, do they have any identifying marks? And she goes, you know, I didn't try to escape because they had guns at my head. You know? And then he's like, well, they let you go. And she's like, yeah, they let me go. And he's like, okay. And then she's like, do I need to get a lawyer? And he stops her. He goes, look, people who lawyer up are guilty. All right? You're okay. It's going to be okay. I have to question you like this.
Bad advice.
You know? She's like, okay. Right?
Yeah. If you even have a hint that you're a suspect, definitely lawyer up.
Yeah.
Absolutely lawyer up. That's what a cop tells you who's trying to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure lawyer up. If the second you realize, like, oh, I'm a suspect, even if you're innocent, fucking get a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, cops don't give a shit.
She's not a suspect yet.
Right,
She's
yeah.
not a suspect yet.
But, like, you know how she feels like she's a suspect?
For that second, yeah.
That should be her cue to lawyer up.
Yeah. So they talk for a little bit.
Mhm.
It decompresses.
Okay.
Right? And he lets her know he's on her side.
Right.
Okay. So she tells him, she's like, what did they tell you? She goes, they told me if I talk to the FBI, they're going to come to my house, fuck me, and kill me. She was like,
That's not a good threat.
yeah, she's crying. That's the scariest threat. Affleck, cut to Affleck's taking the license from Renner. That dude's name is James Coughlin. He's like, Coughlin, give me the license, right? And he's like, why? He's like, you're too crazy. You already got 2 strikes on you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you're going to fucking scare her to death, all right? And Renner talks about how, like, Renner starts going off like, you got to stop fucking being so nice. That guy at the bank, we should have fucking took him out too. He shouldn't have pushed the thing. He's just going off about they should have killed the guy at the bank too.
Right.
Right? And the rest of the crew's kind of looking at him like, what the fuck, man? So, cut to, they go to a flower shop. They give this super old gangster dude the money, right? And then he doesn't say anything. He's just like cutting flowers, and he looks at him, and they're like, all right, here you go, Mr. Flores. And he just doesn't say anything, and then they leave. Okay? So Ham is talking to his guys now, the people on this case, and he's telling them how they're going to clean the money, they're going to want to celebrate, blah, blah, blah. We got to go out. We got to find these guys, okay? The cut back to the homeboy, Ben Affleck's meeting his team, his crew at bars for beer.
Right.
So when he walks up, they're talking about Affleck's dad. They're already talking about him. And they're saying how his dad got 40 years for not turning somebody in because he's not no motherfucking, punk
Snitch.
bitch.
Yeah.
He's stuck to the code. They give a cheers for Ben Affleck's dad. Affleck's hearing all this, but he's not saying anything. Like, right? They're the one like bragging about him, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like he's the greatest, coolest guy. He's the realest one, blah, blah, blah. But he's just kind of like,
whatever.
yeah. All right. So he's like, I'm going to get some more drinks. He goes to the bar. Some super slutty blonde chick walks up.
Nice.
All right. She has like drugs on her, and she's like trying to give him some. He's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not playing with
Reeks
that
of
shit.
Undercover Cop, huh?
Right. No.
Oh,
She's trying to like, she's messing with him. Like,
Okay.
clearly, and he's like, I don't play with that shit. Get out of here. Right. He knows her. Clearly knows
Okay.
her. So she talks about how earlier that day she whooped some Somalian girl's ass in front of her daughter, and then he was like, why'd you do that? Blah, blah, blah. And he was like, that bitch was talking shit, He's like, Jesus Christ. And then she talks about how much she misses him, and then she starts looking at him, they look at each other, cut to, they're back at his place, they're fucking.
Nice.
All right? And then she's like, say you love it. He's like, I love it, right? And then he busts a nut in her, and then she's like, good night, and then she leaves. Okay? And he's just like, he just sits there like.
And then the shame,
Like,
the
what is my
shame,
life?
yeah.
What is my
Then
life? I
he
can't
starts
believe
feeling that shame.
Because they set up that he used to fuck this chick. And
Right,
you
yeah,
can tell
clearly.
he's like, I can't believe I'm still fucking this
Yeah,
chick.
yeah,
right?
that post-nut shame,
So,
the PTS.
also the movie shot really gritty. So it just makes it really dark. You know what I mean? All
Right.
the shots are gritty. Just real Boston. You feel it.
Close up.
Close up.
Grainy.
You know what I mean? It's not shot all clear like these bullshit movies now. You know what I mean?
Right.
It has that feel. It's like, this is why it's an Oscar
Has a
movie,
dirty
because
feel
it's
to it.
dirty, you know?
Okay.
So, next shot, Ben's walking to an AA meeting.
Who directed this?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, okay. I think you said that.
Yeah. So he walks to an AA meeting, right?
Mhm.
And he's as he walks in, he's listening to this guy tell his crazy deep story about his wife saving his life. And he's just listening to it. All right. Cut to him leaving. He's following the girl who took him hostage. That he took hostage.
Right.
She goes into a laundromat. He goes in, sits down next to her, and he's just kind of like not right next to her, but a little close, and he's reading the paper.
Right.
She's doing her laundry. She comes up to him. She goes, "Hey, do you have any change? But I'm out, and my machine, like I put it in that machine, but it's not working, so I'm out. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't help. She's like, okay. I'll just do it when I get home or whatever. So she goes back to her clothes, and she's going through them, and then she sees the shirt with all the blood on it, and then she's like, and then she goes right into memories, and then she starts like breaking down. Affleck looks over and he's like, "Hey, you all right? You okay?" And then she's like, I'm fine. And she starts crying, right? She's like, I'm fine. And then she's like, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God. He's like, hey, do you need help? And she's like, I'm having a bad week. And then he's like, oh, I get it. I like to have a good cry in nail salons. I go to nail salons, I have a good cry. She laughs. You know what I mean? And then he's like, you like the laundromat? That's fine. They start talking for a little bit. He makes her laugh again. And then he's like, hey, why don't you let me buy you a drink? Calm you down. And she's like, okay. So
Keep going.
how you feel? How you feel about this decision? How you feeling
So,
about what's going on?
yeah, this is a decision.
That's a decision.
Yeah.
So you're like already like, oh, bro, what's gonna come from that decision that he just made?
Yeah, This is gonna lead up to some shit. That's for sure.
So John Hamm is running through. He's running through a house trying to catch a guy, and he catches him. He starts beating the shit out of this dude, right? He's like, Jesus Christ, Henry. And they got him. They got the guns on him, him and this other cop. They go, Oxycontin and guns. It's Italian Christmas over here, huh? Minimum sentence, 10 years for all this shit, right? So they sit him down, and they go, look, you have an alibi for the Cambridge job, which is the job the boys just did.
Right.
He's like, but I know you know something. You always know something.
If you give me information, we'll let you go.
Let you go. He's like, look, they have some kid. That's all I know. And I go, what about him? They go, it's like he's some techie kid. He knows how to get in all the junction boxes. the techie guy.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, and that's all I know about him. He's like, he's the only one. That's what makes him so different. And they go, okay. So afterwards, Affleck, he's picking up homegirl for the date. They picks her up. They start talking. And then she goes, look, I got to just get something out here, or else this is all I'm going to be thinking about. And if I don't say anything now, it's just going to be on my mind. And she tells him about the robbery that just happened to her.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, whoa, wow. And he's like, and they took you hostage? She's like, yeah. And she's like, and they stopped me and they let me out by a beach. And then one guy whispered in my ear, walk till you feel the water on your toes. It was the longest walk of my life. Every step I thought I was going to fall off a cliff. Itch in the gut when she says this line, bro. Itch in the gut. Because it's like, damn,
Fuck,
you
she
would
has
think
no
that.
idea where she is.
And she has no idea where she is. But it would, I didn't think about that. If motherfucker told you, hey, walk till you feel the water, you got a blindfold on, you just got
Taken
hostage. Why wouldn't you just walk off a cliff?
Yeah. Why they might be trying to get rid of me.
Yeah.
And if you can't hear them speed off, they're like, oh, they're watching me.
They're watching me.
Fall out.
Yeah, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my Lord. So he goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. She goes, don't worry, it's not your fault. Right? And he's just like,
Yee.
So,
Yee.
it's
Oh.
not my fault.
Oh, God.
So she tells him, she's like, but now I'm working with the FBI.
Right.
So, you know, I'm working on it. And he goes, what does that mean? And then he's like, what does that mean? Some guy like check on you or something? And then she's like, no, you know, I just talked to him when I need him. And then she goes, okay, well, they have any suspects or clues? And then she's like, oh, not that I know of. All I know is they're scouring Charlestown looking for the guys, but they had masks. She's like, but I'm sure if I heard their voices, I'd recognize them. And then he's like, man, it might be a little harder than you think. And then she's like, well, what do you do for work? He's like, oh, I just break rocks. I'm like Fred Flintstone. You know what I mean? I just work on gravel. And then she's
Quarry guy.
mm-hmm.
Old quarry man.
Affleck.
Yeah.
So she tells him how she works with kids, like in the town, and they all call her a toonie. And then she's like, oh, they always call me a toonie. What does that mean? What's a toonie? He's like, it just means you're from not around here. You know, she's like, they're just punks being mean to you. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, okay, I wonder what that means. So cut to Renner and Affleck, they're meeting up at a breakfast place. This is the next day. Renner asks about the girl. Affleck's like, no, nothing. Don't worry about it. It's a dead end. He goes, we're all set. There's no need to, you know, it's all good. And he goes, so no need to remove her from the equation, huh? And then he's like, who are you? What are you, a fucking trigger man, huh? And he goes, look, I don't like loose ends. He's so serious, bro.
Yeah.
He's so serious.
Loose end that you created?
Yeah, bro.
Idiot.
That's why he wants to kill her. I mean,
Yeah.
he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So the FBI guy asks, they're talking to the guy at the bank, and they're like, how would anyone know how to work this junction box?
Right.
Like, how? And the guy's like, there's no way. He's like, the only way you can get into this without breaking into it physically like that, he's like, you'd have to work at Viacom. And John Hamm's like, start searching
So you
every
have
record.
to install it.
It's like, search every record of every Viacom employee. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also be like, who installed this box? That's where you start.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
No such thing as
they
a
start
perfect
checking
crime,
records,
man.
bro. I mean, you got to leave a
crime.
trace. If you're gonna do the crime, you have to. I mean, there's just gonna
It's
be some
impossible not
trace.
to. Yeah.
The best leave the smallest ones. Like that.
Right.
You know that's what's the difference is.
And then a good detective can fucking
A great detective can sniff it all
sniff
out,
shit
bro.
out, man.
So he's on another date with this girl now. Okay, he's on another date with this girl.
Yeah.
You know the girl that he held hostage in the beginning of this movie. Okay.
God,
So-
pussy, man.
Pussy's the bastard.
Good lord.
She tells him, you know, I haven't told the cops this yet, but I know something about the guys. His eyes get big. One of them have a fighting Irish tattoo on the back of their neck. His eyes, he's like, you know, he just looks
Yeah.
at her like, okay. And then she goes,
Kill her. That's what you gotta do, man.
right that moment, you got to put a bullet in her head.
fuck.
Literally right then.
Fuck, she's gotta die.
That's why I love the show Barry, because Barry would have put a bullet in her head right then.
Right there. That's what you gotta do.
And it was horrible, and he'd have cried, and it'd have been the worst decision of his life and the most horrible thing he ever did.
But he has to.
If you want to get,
Depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're trying to get laid, definitely you can't do that.
you know, well, or definitely do, baby.
Yeah, well,
do a little bit of
girls
both.
like it when you're mean to them sometimes. So maybe if you
Put a bullet in her kneecap, then
she'll be like,
get it.
ooh, who's this guy?
So she tells, you know, about the Irish tattoo. I love how you're like, yo, put a bullet in her head right then.
Yeah.
So she says, you know, blah,
I'm
blah,
a
blah.
cold-blooded motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, hey, you get it. So she goes, you know, what should I do? I don't know what I should do with that information. And he goes, well, I think you should turn it in. She goes, really? He goes, yeah. He's like, what they're going to do is they're going to put you on the witness stand, you'll testify. You'll get the guys put away immediately. They'll know. It's like with that information, they'll have them by tomorrow. You know, she said. He said, but also, you know, that kind of crew, they're gonna have to put you in witness security. You'll be living the rest of your life in Cleveland or Cincinnati or some weird place.
Ooh, Cincinnati. Ooh.
He said, or
there's a worse fate than death, huh?
Cincinnati living.
Man, so we never said this, but Cincinnati, man, we went to downtown.
Do better.
We were walking around and we asked a guy what's there to do in Cincinnati, and he was like, "Well, there's a rec pool right over there."
And he said it like that's a club.
Yeah. Hey, Cincinnati, get more stuff, huh?
Gotta get more stuff. Cincinnati.
Yeah. How about some stuff?
Holy shit.
Yeah, we're 4 grown men. We aren't going to the rec pool together. This is not Stranger Things.
Doing Indianapolis and Cleveland and Cincinnati in between those two cities, it's just like really made y'all look bad.
Yeah.
Like bad. Like shit. And you guys were kind of shitty. But all the fans we got out of it.
Fans, yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Well, you guys are awesome. Get out of there, though.
Yeah.
Literally go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Duh.
All our Cincinnati fans, you're Cleveland people. You should get out of Cincinnati. The guy who told me I was in jihad, you stay in Cincinnati.
You stay.
Yeah.
But unless you're a beaner, keep listening. But stay there.
He's definitely not a beaner.
He's a beaner.
His
girls might have been beaners.
His girls might actually be beaners, but
and we like you, ladies.
Sure. Yeah, he is for. Yeah, and you ladies can do better. Easily can do better. Anyways,
so
you could have fucked me. I just
they could have.
Yeah,
it was on the fucking table.
It really was.
He tells her, or you can do all that, or you can wait. You have the card, you don't have to play it. He's like, the FBI, they're people just like anyone else. They're just trying to do, the best job to get a fucking raise, to get the next promotion, blah, blah, blah. He's like, you got to look out for yourself. And then she's like, wow, what are you, an expert on this stuff? And he goes, oh, not really. I just watch a lot of CSI. And then she laughs. He's like, in a little bit of Bones. They keep talking, right? So
and a little bit of Bones.
A little bit of Bones.
Yeah.
So he takes her home. He mentions her Prius. She's like, how did you know I had a Prius? I never said I had a Prius. And he's like, oh, you just look like you would have a Prius, right?
Yeah, Jesus Christ, dude, what are you doing?
He's in love.
Oh,
so
dumb.
She says,
dumb.
I don't have that car anymore. These hoodlums trashed it. These hood guys trashed it. He goes, what? She goes, yeah, they kept messing with me, blah, blah, blah. And then they, I just ignored them, and then they messed up my car. And she's like, they threw bottles at me, but I just don't go down that street anymore. It's all good. And he's like, kind of like, huh, yeah, wow. He's like, what do they look like? Right? Cut to. Right after that line. He goes, what do they look like? Cut to. This next scene, I personally think is the greatest scene in movie television. One of.
And movie television.
Movies and television.
Okay.
It's fucking awesome. I showed the scene, when I said this, I was like, this is the best scene in television, to my girl as she watched this movie. And it ended, and she was like, holy fuck. That was the dopest thing I've ever seen. He says, what do they look like? Cut to. You see him running upstairs. Poof, he opens the door. Jeremy Renner is watching TV. He's not looking at him. He's watching TV. He goes, hey, I need your help. I can't tell you what it is. You can't ask me about it later. And we're going to hurt a lot of people. Without looking, whose car are we taking? Yours or mine?
Gangster.
Cut to.
So fucking gangster.
They park, put on hockey masks, grab hockey gear and a sledgehammer. They go up some stairs. Do. Who is it? Do. Open up. Guy kind of opens the door a little bit. Sledgehammer. Poof. They blast in, start beating the fuck out of these two dudes. Beating the fuck out of these two dudes. Just hockey masks up, you can't see them. And these two dudes are like, what the fuck, man? Poof. Fucking him up. Horribly fucking him up. He fucking breaks one dude's arm, Ben Affleck, and he goes, that's your throwing arm, huh, motherfucker? All right? He goes, I come back next week, you're still here, I'll fucking kill you. Okay, let's go. Jeremy Renner's breathing heavy. He's walking around. He goes, hey, what'd you guys do, huh? That's my brother. Why is he so fucking mad? Huh? Why is he so fucking mad? Huh? You get my brother this fucking mad? What'd you do? He pulls out a gun. The guy's like, look, man, I didn't do anything. I don't even know what's going on. What the fuck you do, huh? You got my brother so fucking mad? Pff, puts one in his kneecap. Oh, fuck. Huh? What the fuck you do? And Affleck's like, no, let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Huh? You motherfucker. He takes off his hockey mask. This is my face. Okay? This is my face. I want you to know what the fuck I look like. Because I want you to know that I know what you look like too, motherfucker. And they leave. Scary, bro. Most gangster shit.
Super gangster. Also, terrible decision. This guy is not a good decision maker.
Oh, no, yeah. I didn't say it was a great decision. I said it's the most
That's pretty gangster.
It's the most gangster shit you ever seen. Because it is like, oh, this nigga
is a murderer.
The Joker or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So
There's going to be tension between these two later, huh?
between who? Our two stars?
Yeah.
You can feel it building?
Well, yeah, he's going to figure out who this girl is.
So they're outside now. Affleck's pissed. They're driving in a car. They're not saying anything to each other. He looks over and he goes, man, hey, you can't be killing people, man. Jeremy Renner just goes, hey, you brought me. Keeps driving. Fades out. So FBI finally find their guy. Going through all their records, they find our nerdy guy, our Viacom homie. Okay?
Yeah.
They start going through his whole schedule. His sick days just so happen to line up.
With the bank robbery. So how'd they find him?
Huh?
They just like
Went through all the records of Charlestown people, and then his days just lined up.
right.
You know, so they were like, we got something. So he takes a cut to our boy Renner. Takes homegirl out on another date.
Renner?
No,
Or
Affleck takes
Yeah.
her on another date, right? He's telling her a deep story about his father, about how, you know, just and then about how his mother left, right? And she's like, oh wow, your mom's not coming back. And then he tells her just how the story about how fucked up his life is, and about how like when he was a kid, you know, his mom was gone, and then he begged his dad to go help him look for her, you know, and put out flyers everywhere, and he did, and you know, but he never found her, and all this shit. It was just fucked up, right? His dad didn't help, and all this shit.
Because dad knew what was up.
Yeah. So, what does dad know?
She ain't coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she's like, well, I got to do this for my kid.
Yeah. So they
And dad probably didn't want him back. You don't want someone who walks out of your life back like that.
it's true. So he goes, now you know a little bit about my family. And she's like, oh, but let's go to your place. He's like, no, but you still don't get to see my apartment, right? So next scene, Renner's having a little barbecue at his house. All the boys are there. They're eating, they're drinking, they're just laughing. Fades out, camera, FBI. They're getting pictures of all of them. Those Godfather shots. You know, when they get they're happy because they got them all together.
Right.
You know? So the FBI, they're talking about, he's like, there's the 22-year-old right there who works at Viacom. We got him. He's like the fat guy in the group right there. His name was, I forgot his name, but he can boost any car. You know what I mean? He's gone to jail twice for
Car boosting
and
right.
thievery and blah, 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 right? Then they say Renner, who was a killer at 18, served 9 years. You know?
Jesus.
And when they asked him about why he did it, he was like, the guy looked at me funny.
Oh.
Right. So,
dude, people are wired different, huh?
people are really wired different, dude.
Yeah.
And they talk about how they all work for the guy, the florist. Okay?
Florist.
The florist. So
I appreciate the effort.
All right, thank you. And they talk about Florist.
Yeah. It's no
They talk about how
word.
Affleck's dad killed two people. You know, for seeing his face, he had to kill these two people that in a bank, blah, blah, blah. And that's why he's in prison for life. They got him on those murders. And how he was also working for the florist. So,
Florist.
Also, they talk about how Ben Affleck was about to be a pro hockey player. He was pro hockey player for a small second, caused too much trouble. Then he got into the family business.
Right.
Okay. So he's telling this all to his guys. He's like, let's get to work. Let's build this case. These guys are smart as shit. All right, we got to do it fast. They know what they're doing. So him and homegirl, they go on another date. All right. They're exchanging sad stories again. Okay. And then she's telling him of how she hates sunny days, super sunny days. It's a beautiful day. She hates super sunny days like this. He's like, why? She's like, because her brother died on a super sunny day when she was a little kid.
There's no one good that happens to anybody. Nothing good happens to anybody in Boston, huh?
No.
Yeah. It's all.
It's Boston, dude.
Yeah. Everyone is just sad and kind of stuck there, it seems like.
So she said now on super sunny days, she thinks of, you know, her brother, death. And then she's like, isn't that wrong? And he goes, no, I bet you're glad. He's like, I bet he's glad you're thinking of him. Right? She's like, oh, that's
He's
nice.
dead. You don't care.
She goes to the bathroom.
Mhm.
He's sitting there at the table. He's looking around. He feels something on the back of his head. Give me the money, bitch. He turns. It's Renner. Renner's like, yo, what you doing here, man? He's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing here? He sits in the chair. He's like, nothing. I saw your truck. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing here? And he's like, hey, man, you got to go. You got to get out of here. He's like, what do you mean you got to go? He's like, well, let's just go together. He's like, no, you got to go. I got to stay. He's like, no. He's like, well, who are you sitting here with? Somebody's eating here. You got fucking other food here. Who's it? And he's like, no, man, you got to go. He's like, well, don't tell me I got to fucking go. I'm staying right here.
Renner, you got to be a bro. You got to understand. If it's, what? How you going to be like down and then not understand a bro situation of like, yo, dude, like, I need this time alone. Clearly it's a girl. Clearly you should be like, back off. It's your bro telling you like, hey.
Right then, as they're going back and forth. I like how you said this, like this murderer should be reasonable. Right then. As they're getting,
he just seems like he's a guy who's all about his bros.
Is he?
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, he is, but is he? Like, you know what I mean? Is he also the kind of bro who would murder you if he thought, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot. It's like, bro, you're too much of a bro. Because I feel like if I did you wrong, you'd kill me instead of just be mad at me.
Right, okay.
You know?
Yeah, okay.
So then it's like, are we bros? Because you murdered me.
Well, we're about to, at least, hey, it's conflict time.
She comes out, slow-mo. She's walking. He's looking. He's just like, right then she smiles. Renner looks up. He sees her. He hops up. He's like, hey, because he knows it's her. He's like, hey, how's it going? And then she's like, hi. And he's like, I'm Jim. And then she's like, hi, Jim. Jim. And then they kind of talk about his name. And then he's like, I'm a friend of this loser. And he's like, oh, sit. Let me sit with you guys. And then Affleck's like, just mouth open, like, what? Like, just trying to breathe, right? And then he's like,
well, Affleck, you brought this on yourself.
He's like, I saw this guy's fucking truck, and I had no idea he was here, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, you know, I've known this guy since he was fucking 6 years old, this guy. You know that? He's all intense as shit. And she's just kind of looking at him. He's like, 6 years old, I know him, you know? He hasn't said anything about you. And she's like, oh. And he's like, what do you do, Claire? She's like, I'm a bank manager. She's like, oh, wow, where at? And then she tells him, she's like, Cambridge Bank. He goes, oh, that's the one that just got robbed like a week ago, right? And she's like, yeah. He's like, oh, I read about that, yeah. So how did you two meet? And then she's like, at a laundromat. He's like, wow. And he's they're kind of looking, he's being so scary, bro. And he goes, don't get used to this life of leisure, you know, with this one. He's a workaholic, this guy. And then he gets up, and then right as he gets up, Affleck, boom, grabs his neck, like, goes to him and grabs his neck like that, like, hey, you know, hey, like, it brings him in like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know, I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you back at the house. I'll go talk to you. He's like, okay, all right. And he kind of gets off of him. And then he leaves. And he sits down, and he's trying to breathe. And then she's like, so I guess you haven't told your friends about me? And then she laughs.
Oh, so innocent.
While he's having a heart attack.
While he's fucking shitting himself.
Because he's like, oh, this guy will kill everybody here.
Yeah. Oops. Maybe you shouldn't go on a date with a girl you took hostage.
Damn,
hey,
maybe.
Spoil the Beans life lesson. If you take a girl hostage, don't date her afterwards. It's a little messy. It's sort of like in the same vein of you probably shouldn't date someone you work with. You definitely shouldn't date someone you take hostage.
That's definitely shitting. That's shitting all over. That's shitting in your mouth.
Yeah,
not where you eat. That's
Jesus
just shitting in your mouth.
Christ, if you stop listening to this podcast from here on out, at least take that life lesson with you.
They go meet up.
Mm-hmm.
Affleck goes and finds him. He goes, who you following? You following me or you following her? I told you. I saw your truck. You trying to get us jammed up, huh? You trying to get us fucking jammed up. Renner saying this to him.
Right.
He's like, no, man. He's like, look, I'm handling it. He's like, yeah, you're handling it? You're fucking the one person who can give us to the feds. He's like, we can't be smart about this shit. He's like, smart. They start arguing back and forth, right? He tells him, he's like, have you told the other guys? He's like, I haven't told the other guys because I don't want them fucking going crazy. So they keep arguing, and then right there, Renner goes, well, we can't deal with this now because we have another job soon. And he's like, I don't want to do that job. I told you I didn't like that job. I don't want to do that job. That's what Affleck said. He's like, hey, what do you mean you don't like that job? It's a good job we're doing that job. He's like, look, I don't like that job. The guy on that truck who drives that truck, I don't like him. He thinks he's fucking Rambo. He fucking tucks his pants into his combat boots. We're not robbing that kind of guy. He's like, let's wait until it's a fucking fat, lazy fuck who's, you know what I mean, who's just getting paid.
Smart.
Real smart.
Smart.
So
smart, because a lot of people are just like, dude, this job ain't worth anything.
I'm gonna say 95%, but there's that 5%.
Remember that security guard at the madhouse who dressed like a real cop?
Oh, that fucking piece of shit.
And was trying to like take our IDs.
Take our IDs.
Yeah. And he described me and Derek as a black man and a Mexican dude.
And a Mexican dude.
And he was Mexican.
He was Mexican.
Yeah.
He was not like kind of Mexican. That nigga was the most Mexican. That
Real
nigga-
deal Mexican.
Last name was Gutierrez.
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. And he thought he was a real cop. And guess what? He did not work at that place for long.
Nope.
Because even Ace Parking in San Diego was like, oh, we can't have a guy who thinks he's a real
He'll
cop.
get killed.
He'll get killed, or he'll try to detain somebody. Because that's the type of dude that would try to detain
He'll
somebody.
either get killed or kill somebody.
Yeah.
Doing too much.
Or get us sued. Because that's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
The second he tried to detain someone, so that company has to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars.
No, that dude, bro, that's the kind of guy who would just fight. Like, it's like, bro, you're fighting people.
Yeah.
As security. Like,
It's like, damn, you couldn't cut it as a cop, but in your mind, you're still a cop.
and you know how the great thing he said this that I love is his pants are tucked into his boots.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Because any guy who's working a 9 to 5,
Right.
who's tucking his pants into his
yeah,
fucking boots.
Yeah, relax, bro.
You gotta relax, bro.
If you're making minimum wage, those pants untucked. The
So,
company doesn't care about you enough for you to tuck your pants into your
into your boots, your combat. But why do you have boots on?
Yeah, why do you have combat boots on? You're a Brinks driver. Are you
Dude.
armed? Are
Yeah,
Brinks
they're
drivers
armed. They're armed.
Yeah.
But still, you want the guy who just does this every morning, not the
Yeah.
guy who's like,
Who's like,
"Oh,
I'm itching for a fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus
those
Christ."
crazy people, those renters.
And then so they're arguing back and forth. He's like, I don't like it. And then
Yeah.
he goes,
Well-
Renner goes, hey.
Well, Ben Affleck, you kind of don't have a leg to stand on now because you're dating a hostage.
Renner goes, hey, I did 9 years for you. Remember the
You-
9 years he
You
did?
double don't have a leg to stand on. Yeah.
All right. He goes, I did 9 years for you. I didn't say shit. You owe me. This is the last one. All right. Last one. After this, we're fucking pausing. Okay. But we get pinched. Remember, it was your idea. Affleck leaves. It's always the last one.
Yeah. It's always the last one. It's always like, I'm going to retire in a week.
And I mean, the homeboy went to jail for him changes the situation.
Right.
Does change it. Because you owe me. I'll go to
Yeah.
prison 9 years for you, Hassan.
I do owe you.
You owe me.
Yeah.
And you know you owe me. Also, I'm like, damn, I owe this nigga.
Yeah.
Like, he took 9 years for me. I owe him.
Yeah. And also, I think that
What?
life is like, there's no such thing as the last one.
Never.
Because it's an adrenaline job.
Yep.
You can't get
It's
that.
not about, you know how much money they just make on that bank robbery they just did? They robbed that vault, bro.
Yeah.
They got paid.
Yeah, they need to feel that feeling, though. It's a drug. It's like stand-up.
Also, it's,
but way,
it's
like
in
way
their-
higher
it's
stakes.
literally in this town, not even joking, it's in this town's blood. I
Right.
mean, this is passed down from like lineage, like father to, like great-great-grandfather to great, like being a robber and like
Right.
a pro at it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
these
In
guys
this
know what
one
they're doing.
town. This is, it's crazy. So, Affleck goes to a prison. He goes to see his dad, Steve McRae. His dad comes out. Dad's a great actor too. You recognize, but you haven't seen some of them. He was in October Sky and like all these great movies. Yeah, I know you haven't seen like God, all the movies that he's amazing and you haven't seen. But he's a like legend, like an old school actor. So they're talking behind the glass. And he goes, Pop, I heard you're still getting, the cop out front told me you're still getting in trouble in here. You got into a fight, beat up some young kids. And then the old dad's like, I can't take no fucking shit in here, bro. You know? And he's like, he laughs. He goes, you're old, Pop. And he goes, yeah, but some things you got to deal with yourself. You understand? It's like, damn, bro, this dude
This
is
is a gangster movie.
Oh, yeah. Are you excited for this dude? It's like for real gangster. Like the lines are gangster.
Movie. Yeah.
So some things you got to deal with. This old man saying this.
It's some scary
And he
shit.
laughs. He goes, all right, Pop. He goes, Pop, I'm thinking of going dark for a minute. And then the dad goes, what, you taking heat? He goes, nah, just making a change. And then the dad laughs. He goes, either you have heat or you don't. You got 5 minutes. Right? The guy, he goes, look, let me ask you something, Pop, in case I don't see you again. How come you never look for her? For who? For Ma. Good line, right?
Yeah.
He goes, for my mother.
This Boston accent's really good, by the way.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Look, when your ma left, you cried so hard you threw up. So I told you, you look around for her, you find her. I didn't think you'd fucking carry it like a disease for the rest of your life.
Yeah, guy. How come you think about your mom, weirdo?
Why can't you be a heartless motherfucker like your pops?
Yeah.
That's basically what he told him.
Right.
And he goes, well, you don't know the truth about your mom. You know the truth.
She's a whore.
Look at all those girls. He said, look at all those girls you see outside. That's your mom. Just one of those 22-year-old hoes, and that's the hard truth. You got to make peace with that. That's your mother. That's who she was, right? So it's quiet. Ben Affleck's just looking at him like, he goes, look, the dad starts breaking. He doesn't cry, but he goes, look, I got to die 5 times in here before I'm out. So I'll see you again. And then he gets up, this side or the other. And he tears up and he slams the door and he walks out. Great acting. Dude, the acting is phenomenal. You know what I mean? He slams and he walks out and Affleck's just looking at him, right? So working at a camp with the kids, the lady's looking at
What's her name?
Pictures on the wall.
Claire?
Claire.
Okay.
Claire's looking at pictures on the wall. Under the local hero park, picture of Ben Affleck. Went to the pros from Charleston. That'd be a big deal. Small town.
Yeah.
Made it to the NHL. I'm sure it's in Boston. That's got to be a huge deal.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, she sees it, and then later that night she says, wow, you got drafted? He goes, yeah, I got drafted, but it was nothing. He talks about like how Brendan plays in the NFL. Like, it was, you know, I was just there, blah, 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 cup of coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
And then she's like, no, but what happened? He was like, I was slow and I couldn't skate backwards, but he was like, in the NHL, you know, it's probably good if you can skate backwards.
You got to.
Yeah. He laughs. He's like, but I was a great shot.
That's the coolest thing. Coolest looking thing when they just skate backwards and they're like calm about it. It's like, the fuck, how you do that?
Well, apparently he was so good he was just such a great shot.
Yeah.
Such a great shot that it didn't matter that he couldn't even skate backwards.
Right.
You know?
You're like, we'll work on the skating.
You're that great of a shot.
Yeah. But then he had attitude issues and problems, huh?
He goes, but I didn't do what it took, and then they kicked me out.
Yeah.
He said, but they gave me a second chance, and I blew that too. They sent me home after that one. It's like, damn. I like it. I thought that was a little nice touch that they gave him the second chance. And then I was like, I blew that too. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, that's life. You know? He's like, so when I see a pic, he's just showing him the picture. It's like, when I see the pic of that kid, I just see a picture of a kid who's about to throw his whole life away.
Ooh.
You know?
Life is real.
Life is real, bro. Affleck can act too. Affleck can act, dog.
Affleck can act.
So they start kissing. He takes her upstairs. He fucks her fucking brains out. Fucks her goddamn brainies brains out. All right. And cut to, you know, he nuts. They're laying on each other holding. She's thinking of her walking to the water. She keeps thinking about her walking to the water blindfolded.
Right.
So cut to a guy next morning. A guy gets a bunch of hair. He's getting a bunch of hair out, right? Out of a barbershop, like sweeping it all up early in the morning. And then he packages it all up, puts it in a Ziploc, seals it up, and he goes outside, and then he hands it to the fat guy. Okay? So he leaves. Cut to them all in the shower. They're all the boys, one by one, they're all showering, and they're scrubbing themselves thoroughly. And I mean like they're about to go into a motherfucking like surgery thing. Like they're scrubbing themselves. Like they're all like showing that they're doing
hair is something they can do at the crime scene.
And they're making sure they have nothing on them.
Smart.
You know what I mean?
Smart. Shave, clean shaven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So also Affleck, they show him working out, and he is. I get why they wanted him for Batman. They saw this 2010 Affleck, and they were like, "Oh, whoa!" He looks like Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, man.
How crazy Hugh Jackman's name's Jackman.
Yeah, right.
Come on, you gay dude. He's so. They have a they show them in the minivan. They're driving through the city.
Right.
They're just driving around. They're listening to the scanners. They're getting pissed because the truck is running late. It's fucking up the time.
If that happens, you have to be like, we got to do this another day.
You got to call it, right?
You got to call it.
And I mean, 1 minute late. Call it.
Yeah.
Call it.
It'll happen again. It'll happen again when it's not late. But you can't.
You know what? Maybe we'll get the guy who's not the fucking combat boot guy.
Well, you know what it is? So it's like, crime is all about opportunities. So if you force the opportunity, that's when you get caught.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
You just have to take what comes.
And then you can last for a long time. You still might get caught because, you know, it's just crime.
Yeah.
But you might last a long fucking time.
Yeah. If you're patient, you already made a lot of money.
So they're getting antsy.
You're fucking one of the hostages, which again,
Jesus
don't
Christ.
do.
They finally see the truck pull up.
Yeah.
All right. The big boy goes, say your prayers. Here we go, boys. They pull up on it. They all put their nun heads on. You've seen this one. This is the shot from the trailer they used to use that was real fake because they all had they have these scary old nun masks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It looks like real authentic, you know? And they look terrifying.
Is the FBI must be still watching them.
So they pull up. As they're pulling up, Affleck making eye contact with the boy in slow motion outside, and the boy's just like. Right then, they all bust out the car, full speed, boom, knock out the one guy on the Brinks truck. Right. They knock out the one guy. They get in. They start getting all the money. Right. They're filling the bags. They're filling the bags. The one guy, other bad guy, hops in and he's looking for the driver. He doesn't see him. The driver has now walked around and he has one of the boys. He has one of the other boys hostage now. All right, it's the combat boot guy.
Right.
And then they're all like, "Fuck," like just fuck. All right. And then the guy's like, "Put it down, let it go." They're like, "All right, man, you gotta relax. Blah blah blah." Right then, Affleck puts a bullet in him. Bam, shoots him. Right. Shoots him. They all hop in the car. You know what I mean? They still have their masks on. They're like, drive normal. Fuck. But they still got the money. So now they're driving. They still have the masks on. They're driving. They see a cop way behind them, like in the rear view, and they're like, all right, be cool. And then they're watching them, and then all of a sudden they see those, whoop, 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 and then let's go. Full on chase. They're going through these streets of Boston, but it's like authentic. It's not like some bullshit car chase. Like, no, this is what if you saw a real hostage car chase, it would look like this. What it would look like. So they're going through their and the fat dude can drive. He's killing it. You know what I mean? And there's cops all over their ass. A cop tries to spin him out, and he does. And so now there's like cops facing him, and they're like, "Put your hands in the air, cut the car off." Right then, Renner's like, "Fuck it," starts blasting, just shooting at him like crazy. Right? Driver starts driving again.
Reverse or straight towards the cops?
Now they're shooting. Now they kind of get away,
right, because the cops have to dive out of the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, they had to get out of the cars. He was like, "This is a fucking been of them kind of guns, like a military shit."
Okay.
So
armor piercing rounds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So they start driving again. Another cop car hits them, but they keep going, and then they crash one cop car out, and then right then a Jeep cuts them off, and then they get out the car, and it's one of the other homeboys. So 3 of them were in the car right there while the robbery was going down.
Right.
Yeah, the fat guy, Renner, Affleck.
Okay.
Guy pulling up in the Jeep is the nerdy guy.
Right.
All right, which I thought was genius to have a double getaway car.
Yeah, just in case.
Yep. So he pulls up, cuts him off. They block the alleyway with the van. They fucking get out, immediately torch it, hop in the Jeep, pull off. You know what I mean? In a second, they're gone. Right then, Hamm gets a text about what happened, John Hamm, and he's like, "Fuck, close the bridge, right? Right then, the boys, they're driving toward the bridge full speed, and the cops are now trying to close. You know what I mean? They're like trying to get the message to close this bridge, but the boys get to it in time, right? They're going 90. They get like over the bridge in time, so it doesn't matter, right? They get out the car. They start leaving all the DNA, all the hair, all over the car, and they're like, all the DNA in Charleston, boys, have at it, right? As they get out, they get all the money. They turn. Right when they turn, cop car's right there. It's just an old dude in the cop car looking at him like, it's completely still. They're all looking at each other. They all got guns. They're looking at him. He's looking at them.
Are there none masks still on?
Huh?
No.
The none masks are on. They're just all staring at each other for like 20 seconds. Cop goes. They get in the car. They drive off. Cop turns back, goes back. You know what I mean?
Cop's like, all right, you win this one.
You win. I'm not dying for it. But that's the kind of cop that's the kind of people you rock.
That's the kind of person that needed to be riding
yes.
Brinks truck.
Because it's not like that guy's a bad
kill
guy.
The guy.
That guy's not a bad cop. I get that cop in that situation. That's not a bad cop to me. That guy's just like, look, man, 4-on-1. They have the draw. Their guns are out. I'm fucking hands on the wheel right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I make any move, they're going to just start shooting at me.
Right.
The only thing I can do is just turn away. What else was he supposed to do? Crazy. So.
Nuts. Yeah, he got lucky that their masks weren't off, because if their masks were off,
they had to just shot him.
They had to shoot him.
They had to just shot him right away. So.
Spoiler beats life lesson number 2. If your masks are off, shoot the guy.
Gotta shoot him right in the head. So John Hamm's pissed. He's looking at the crime scene. He's so mad that they pulled off another one. He said, we need to get a fake print on these guys. I don't care, but I want to bring them in. We need to find out how they operate. I'm sick of these motherfuckers playing rough. We can play rough too, right? So right then the cops, Ben Affleck's at work the next morning at the gravel site. He sees all the cop cars pull up. He calmly takes his helmet off, throws it to his boss, gives his boss the do sign. His boss is like that, been through this a bunch.
Right.
He walks down, they arrest him, right? He knows what's up. Fucking, they get all of his other boys as well. They're trying to get him to they're trying to get him to talk, of course.
They're doing that fake thing like, oh, your boy said this.
And they're not, of course, they're all pros. They're not falling.
Yeah, that never works.
Shit. Not real professional. Real guys who have actually been in and out of prison, who've actually been in crime their whole life, They know exactly how the system works, dude.
Right. Well, yeah. In terms of dealing with the cops, it seems like one, always get a lawyer. That woman should have got a lawyer, regardless of whether or not she's innocent. And then two,
Unless you're like a real gangster who's not going to talk. These guys aren't going to talk, so that's why they don't need
Yeah,
it.
but also like if you're in a situation, you find yourself in a situation where you and your friend, and the cops are telling you that like, hey, your friend already gave you up. That didn't happen.
No.
It definitely didn't happen. They're fishing. Don't give it to him.
Yep.
Don't give it to him.
And then, or you'll find out later that your friend is the worst person ever and he gave you up. But you'll find that out later.
Yeah. And then if you feel vindictive about him, just give him up later. If you're feeling that vindictive, this is an episode for helping criminals. It seems
Oh yeah,
like.
babe.
Yeah.
The criminal pod.
Yeah, we're looking out for you guys. Just fuck, don't fuck your hostages.
So Affleck is sitting in the room and he's talking to the cop who's working with Ham. His name's he goes, "Hey Dino, local crime fighter, huh?" And the cop walks in. He goes, "Look at you." Right then, the Dino cop goes, "Your dad got fucked up today. These young kids, they killed him in the prison." Ben Affleck kind of eyes go like that. He's like, "Yeah, some young kids trying to make a name. They tuned up your dad, give him a little street cred. You know how it is in
killed
prison."
him?
Yeah, they killed him.
Oh, Jesus.
Ben Affleck's like, okay. Ben Affleck's quiet. He goes, "Let me ask you something. Dino, what do you call a guy who grows up with people in their neighborhood, knows all their secrets, becomes friends with them, gets to know everything about them, and then one day he turns on them, becomes an FBI agent. He sends all those same guys to prison. What would you call that guy, Dino? Would you call him a rat? No, not me. I call him Dino the Dago. That's what I call that guy." Dino's kind of looking at him, right? Right then, John Hamm walks in. Great. I know, right? Just like, ooh, love the backstory.
Yeah.
Whew. So John Hamm walks in, right? And he goes, "So you and your dummy shot a guard today, but somehow that fucking idiot lived." He's talking about the combat guard. He's like, "Because if he'd have died, I'd be able to definitely get you guys on this, that, and the third." But he's like, "Since he's alive, I can't," right? He's like, "But," he goes, "I'm going to make sure, just so you know, that you die in a federal prison," right? And then he goes on how, and when you're asking me, you'll give this name and that name, and you'll be begging for my help, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself, okay? And then Affleck talks a little more shit to him. He's like, "You guys, could next time if you want to get me, try being more slick than a 6-year-old. You know what I mean? Because you don't have this, you don't have that." He's basically telling me, "You don't have any prints, you don't have shit.
You don't have any.
I know you don't have anything, so what the fuck? Get out. Like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You have nothing on me, right?"
You can detain me for 24
so they
hours,
let, and they,
you have to let
and they let him go. Well, he gets up to walk out, and they're like, "All right."
Mhm.
So
Really? They just let him go?
right after that, they have nothing on him.
You can still detain for 24 hours. Be vindictive.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah, you don't know, you can't prove that he did it, but you know he did it, so just be a little dick about it.
Yeah. So Ham takes a look at Claire's profile, right? And while he's looking at her profile, he finds out she just quit the bank, her bank job, just like the day before. Okay?
Yeah.
Affleck is talking to her, and she tells him she just quit her job. And he immediately goes, "What?" And then she's like, I couldn't be there anymore. Because she doesn't know. She's like, "I couldn't be there.
Right.
It was just too much, blah, blah, blah." And then he's like, oh, wow. Anybody call you yet? Has the FBI called? Anybody say anything about you quitting your job? She's like, "No, not yet." He's like, "Okay." He goes, "Well, let me tell you this. You quit your job. What if I quit my job too? And what if we do it together?" And then she laughs. She's like, "Really?" He's like, "You would do that?" He's like, "Yeah, I need to quit my job. I think it's time." She's like, "Okay." And then he gives her a box with a necklace. She's like, "Oh my God, this is beautiful." He's like, "Let's go away together. A nice trip. I'll quit my job." And she's like, "Okay." I like that. And then people say, he goes, and he looks at it, he goes, "People say they change their lives every day, and they never do. I'm changing mine today." And she smiles, right?
Ooh, what a good line. What a good line to a girl.
Come on.
Yeah. Sploosh, huh?
Right? So right then he goes, "I want you to know something, though. I'm not a great guy, and I need you to know, And then she goes, "I know who you are." She cuts him off. He's like, cut to, they're back at the offices, the FBI. They tap Claire's phone. The Dino guy goes, "Boss, look what I got." They got Affleck calling, go, "Hey, can I come upstairs? I'm downstairs. I need you to let me up, blah, blah, blah. We need to talk." He's like, "What?" He's like, we just need to talk. I got a gift for you as well." He said something like that. And she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll let you up." So right then, of course, Ham is like,
She's in on it.
he's got her. He's excited, right? So he goes to visit her. He asks, "Hey, Claire, how come you left your job?" And she's like, "Oh, I couldn't be there, blah, blah, blah." And then he notices the fancy necklace. He's like, "Oh, wow, that's beautiful." She's like, "Yeah, it was a gift." He's like, "Interesting." He's like, "Well, I came by to share something with you. We have some suspects for the robbery." She's like, "Oh, really?" He starts saying all their names one by one. And then he shows her the pictures. He goes, "This person look familiar?" Her eyes get really big. It's Ben Affleck. She's like, "What?" And he goes, "You opened the safe for him. He left you unharmed, and now you two have a relationship? Oh, I was wrong, Claire. You're going to need a lawyer. She's just like, you know? This movie's crazy, bro. This movie's fucking awesome.
Yeah. That's why you should have just lawyered up from the beginning. Because you don't know. You don't know what the cop, like, you know what I mean? Like, so she had nothing to do with the actual robbery, right?
So she really quit her job on
She really quit her job.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter to the police.
They need to pin this on somebody.
Yeah, and they'll pin it on her, no problem. The police don't give a fuck because it's all about, they'd rather, even if she's not into it, even if she's not in on it, they would rather have someone to take the fall than actually
have nothing.
Than nothing. Always lawyer up.
So,
always.
Affleck meets Renner at a cemetery. Okay. And
hilarious.
Right.
It's very movie.
They're like right outside of it. Not inside.
Yeah,
They're like
but
out,
still,
the
it's still
gate.
very movie.
That's what's behind them.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And but it looks very bossy. You can tell it's like a small town, like that kind of cemetery. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Renner goes, "Hey man, the florist has something for us." And then he immediately goes, "Whoa, what? We're not doing any more jobs. We're done with jobs." He goes, "Punt that shit. Punt it.
Yeah.
We're not doing it."
Yeah, you have heat. You can't take another job right now. You know the FBI is watching you. You just got questioned, bro. You gotta lay low.
He goes, "And if you do it, I'm not. You get someone else. I'm out. I'm not doing it." Right. And then he goes, "I'm done." And then Jeremy Renner goes, "What do you mean you're done?" He goes, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm out." And he's like, "What?" He's like, "That sounds like bullshit to me." And he's like, "Man, I'm putting this whole town in my rear view. I'm gone." Right? And then Renner gets real pissed. And he's like, "What, so you're gonna leave us, huh? You're gonna leave my sister? Your kid?" He goes, "What? You think your sister's kid's you think that's my kid?" Because you know the girl that he fucked earlier, that's Renner's sister.
Oh, Jesus.
She has a kid. But he's like, that's not my kid. Get the fuck out of here. Don't play that shit. We used to fuck. That's all it is. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, what, you think you're better than us now? You're going to leave us in this town because you're better than us? He was like, you grew up here. You're the same shit as me, you know?
This is the opposite speech that Ben Affleck gave to Matt Damon on Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yeah.
This is the exact opposite speech.
Oh, yeah. He's like,
you gotta stay.
You stay, yeah.
You gotta stay.
He goes,
I'll be mad at you if you leave.
He goes, I'm not letting you go. He goes, you're not letting me do shit. Let me tell you something. We will never be playing house, all right? It's never going to be me, you, and Shine, and her daughter, and we're all up there fucking having a good time. That's not what it's going to be, ever. So get that through your motherfucking head, okay? And he's fucking Renner's pissed. He goes, you want to see me? Come visit me in Florida. I'm leaving. Renner just hits him. Bam! Punches him. They start full-on fist fight. And I mean fighting. They're going at it, dude.
Boom,
bam, bam. They're fighting, right?
Yeah.
Renner pulls out a gun. Bop, hits him with it, knocks him down. Now they're breathing heavy, right? And he kneels down. Like, right, Renner kneels down. He's got the gun in his hand. He kneels down. He's talking to him. He goes, you know the guy I killed? He goes, you know about the guy I killed, right? And he goes, Affleck goes, yeah, but you didn't have to do that. He goes, hey, that guy said he was coming to kill you. He was coming to kill you. So what did I do? I went halfway. I caught him. And I fucking put an end to him. That's what I did. Huh? He's like, that's what I did. And he goes, I didn't want you to thank me. I never asked you to thank me for that. But you can't walk away. Affleck's quiet. I'm grateful for everything, man. I'm grateful. You're a brother to me. But I'm leaving.
Yeah, something makes me think you shouldn't have told Renner this at all. You should have just been like, yeah, I'll take the job, and then leave, and then never be seen again. That seems to be the better play.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, that would have been the safer play.
I mean, no play is safe. There's no such thing as a safe play.
Not in this world.
Safe plays are done. But that's the better play for sure. Because either Renner goes looking for you, or Renner's like, fuck, this is just done, and Renner doesn't have the time to look for you, or
he gets caught himself.
Jobs, yeah.
He's a hothead.
Yeah, never tell the psychopath what you're doing. It's kind of like Paid in Full, where he meets Cameron.
Yes.
And he tells Cameron everything.
He tells him how many bricks he has on all the things.
Yeah, never tell a psychopath anything.
Yeah. So he goes, I'm leaving. You want to shoot me? Go ahead. But you're going to have to shoot me in the back. He gets up. He walks off. Unbelievable scene. I'm sure this is definitely the scene that might have got Renner the Oscar. You know what I mean? It's like, holy fuck, man.
Yeah.
Just unreal to see.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that was a smart move on Affleck's part. He knows Renner isn't the type to shoot someone in the back.
Not going to shoot him in the back. Now, the fight,
Yeah.
If it kept going, they kept arguing, you never know.
Yeah, but
he
Ben
ain't
is the
gonna
type of guy
shoot-
that's
he's never gonna shoot you in the back.
Yep.
Too loyal for that.
Not too loyal. That doesn't seem like that type of dude. Doesn't seem.
I meant like loyal to code, like you know what I mean, loyal to certain codes and
yeah,
certain
never
things.
shoot a
He's
dude
never
in the
gonna
back.
snitch.
That's
no
not
snitch. You
a
don't shoot
real
a guy in
man.
the back.
A real man
shoot him
doesn't
in the
shoot.
fucking face.
Yeah, real man.
which he
shoot,
will.
Real man don't shoot a man who's turned around. That's like part of that criminal code for sure.
So Affleck, he goes and he visits the florist. He goes, look, I want to stop by and say,
What is this? Are you Derek Jeter? What is this farewell tour? What is
this one makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to stop by and say, my guys can do it without me. So I wanted to tell you. And the florist, without looking at him, goes, I wouldn't hire them without you, or you without them. Okay. And then he goes, hey, I'm done. But out of respect, to smooth everything over, take this. He hands him all his money. Okay.
Right.
He's like, I want you to have this. All right. The florist is cutting roses. Not enough. You will do what I ask. And then Ben Affleck laughs. He's like, okay, let me tell you something. You think you're the only guy here with a fucking gun? Huh? You think and he's looking at his big like security guy. He's like, huh? You too? Huh? Let me tell you something. You're an old guy with a fucked up face. That's all you are. I'm done. You got a problem? Here's my address. He tells me, he's like, you'll find me at 1023 South Washington Street on Charleston. Okay, motherfucker? All right?
Stop telling people where you're going.
And then right then the old guy goes, hey, you leave on me. I clip your nuts, just like I did your father. He stops, he turns. He's like, you know your father worked for me for years. Then he wanted his own thing too. When your dad said no. When your dad said no like you. Oh, I did him the chemical way, matey. He's like, that's right. I got your mom addicted to the dope. Got her on the needle. She got so hung up on the shit, she hung herself with a wire. That's your mother. Your dad, he just didn't have the heart to tell you. He's seeing you all run around crying for your mommy. Let me tell you something, boyo. If there's a heaven, she ain't in it. I thought that was a cold line, bro.
Yeah, Jesus.
Affleck's looking at him, pissed. I hear you got a sweet new girlfriend. Right then, the bodyguard pulls up a shotgun because Affleck kind of walks forward. He goes, that's right. And I know where she lives too, matey. So you'll do what I say. And if I need you, I'm glad I know where to find you now. But Affleck leaves.
This is why you don't tell people. Just leave.
That was out of respect, man. That was like paying the, you know what that was? That was the John Wick, you paying the bank.
Yeah, but you don't do that in person. You leave the money and be like, this is yours. I'm out.
But you know they're going to come kill you. You got to talk to them. In that world, you have to.
You're going to get killed either way. At least when you run, you have a fighting chance.
Maybe. I don't know about this world, man. It's that scary world. Because there's such millions of dollars, like millions being moved.
Yeah, I know. But I am on team. Don't tell anyone. You're not a Hall of Fame pitcher. Relax.
He goes to see Claire.
You don't need a farewell tour.
She's crying in the bathroom. Crying, right? Get out. Get out. I have 911 on the ready. You get out right now. Claire, I just need to explain. Claire, let me explain to you, please. Who'd you talk to? She's like, I talked to the FBI, you fucking idiot. You know? He's like, listen, just let me explain this, okay? Let me just, it was not what you think. She goes, why did you do this to me? He goes, Claire, I'm sorry. I was about to tell you. I promise I was about to tell you. She's like, what? You gonna tell me the night you fucked me? Get out. Get out. I never want to see you get the fuck out. He leaves. The next day he comes to walk by her place, so he's checking up on her. He sees there's a big thing of roses left on her thing, left by the florist. He grabs it, he throws it down like this motherfucker. You know what I mean? He goes and sees the florist. He opens the door. I'm in. Walks right up on him. The florist doesn't even move. He's just clipping roses still. This old dude's a gangster, bro.
Right.
He doesn't say anything. He goes, let me tell you something. Anything happens to her, or I even think anything's gonna happen to her, I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna kill both of you in your shop. He walks out, right? Claire, she's working on her garden. She's out working on her garden. He walks up. He's like, hey, I just want to talk. 2 minutes. She walks off. Claire. He grabs her. She goes, get your hands off me. Claire, you know I don't want to hurt you. How do I know that? Claire, I would never hurt you. Please, just listen to me for a second. I'll never lie to you again, okay? How would I know you never lied? How can I believe you? I won't believe you. He's like, you will, I promise. How? Because you're going to hate every answer. She's like, did you follow me? Were you following me? Yes. How many banks have you robbed? Six trucks, 2 banks. He goes, think about this. I don't want to hurt you. I will never hurt you. If I lose you, it's the only thing I always regret in my life. I just want to ask you, please, just wait for me. He leaves. Okay? Dude, how do you think this movie's going to end?
Who the fuck knows at this point? I have zero clue. I have
Right?
no semblance of an idea where this is going.
They really keep you on just like, what?
I could see him getting away with everything. I could see him getting shot at the next job, and that being
I can see him going to prison. But
yeah. It is open ended right now. That's for sure.
So they have the florist is telling them,
fucking Nick Fury can show up and be like, "Hey, Renner, you have a good shot," and you're like, "Oh, whoa!" You know
That's how it is.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
like after the credits.
Yeah.
So the florist, he's talking to him. He's like, all of you look just like your daddies. You know, all your daddies worked for me, and they're all 4. They're looking at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the FBI is outside the flower shop. They're just taking pictures, right? So he goes, we have a schedule for the armored car right after the baseball game. And apparently, so the Sox are having they're playing the Yankees, big gigantic game,
Right.
All right, you know. And he's like, they start counting up all the single money that's going to be made in cash that night, right? Some crazy amount. And then he goes, taking down the Cathedral of Boston, boys. Now that's priceless, right? I mean, if you're from Boston, I'm sure this means everything. You're robbing the fucking
For robbing
Fenway.
Fenway during a Yankees game. Jesus.
So
Christ.
you see the game going on that night, the next day. They're
Right.
getting the armored truck, remember?
Right,
They're not they're getting the cash
Right, but
on the delivery. But I feel you. It's still Fenway, yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, they're at the game going on, right? And they're talking. And they're like, they're talking about this is going to be a motherfucker. You know, oh my God, it's going to be crazy. I don't know if we're going to pull this off. John Hamm, he goes to a bar. He's talking to the girl Ben Affleck fucked earlier in the movie, Jeremy Renner's sister. He's flirting with her, right? And then he's just flirting and talking. He's telling her how much the $20 bill weighs and like how it's 6.14 inches. He knows all the things about it. He's like, it weighs 1 gram. He says, isn't that crazy that it's not even worth its own weight in oxy? And then she looks at him. And then he's like, how does it work? I know you're his delivery girl. You deliver this for the florist.
Yeah.
I know you deliver oxy for him. Point A to point B. That's your job. She doesn't say anything. She goes,
Who is this? Sorry, just a girl.
This is the girl. This is Jeremy Renner's sister. This is the girl.
Renner's sister,
Remember
okay.
the girl he fucked in the beginning?
Yeah, sorry.
This is her. He goes, I'm not. He goes, she goes, I want a lawyer. He goes, good, because you're gonna need one, right? Cut to, he's leaving the bar as he's looking at her. She's pissed. He's like, isn't it weird? All the years you were with Doug Ben Affleck, how many diamond necklaces did he ever buy you? And then she looks all like heartbroken, and then he leaves. Okay. So
Sean Hamm is a motherfucker. That's
an
a
FBI agent, dog.
good detective.
So he's talking to Renner that night, Ben Affleck, right? And he's telling him, hey, man, I don't know how this last job's going to go, blah, blah, blah. I think you need to pack a parachute for this thing. I think you need it just in case. Be ready, blah, blah, blah. And then he looks at him and goes, hey, Dougie, I can't do more time. We get jammed up. We hold court on the streets. How cold is that line, bro?
Jesus. Telling your friends they have to die because you don't want to go to jail?
We get jammed up.
Yeah, you ain't, what?
Bro,
That ain't, what?
we hold court on the streets.
Oh.
Get outta here, bro.
Death by cop, baby.
Get out of here. My nigga said, I ain't going back. 9 years, that was it. I
enough
gave
for
him
me.
9. Enough
Yeah.
for me. Yo, when you're like, I'll die. Straight, you're like, I'll die. I don't give a fuck. I will die, bro. I ain't going back. I know that. Damn, bro.
It's a decision.
So right then, that morning of the robbery, the girl, the Chris girl, the girl who was the Oxycontin girl, she
Right.
goes and she visits Ben Affleck. He's like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's going, he's like, you can get 30 years for just being here right now. What the fuck? Get out of here. We're about to do this. You got to get the fuck out of here. She's like, I want to go. She's like, I know you're leaving after this job and I want to go with you. And he's like, look, you're not coming with me, blah, blah, blah. She's like, please, I'll be who you need me to be. Just let me go with you. I want to be with you. And then he's like, I'm leaving with someone else. She's like, that's bullshit. I've been with you through this, and you get her a necklace. You never got me shit. And he goes, I got her a necklace. Who told you that I got your necklace? Who told you I got her a necklace? She's like, a little bird told me, fuck you. And he's like, you get the fuck out of here. You go. And then she brought her daughter with her. Her daughter's just crying the whole time. He grabs the daughter, puts the daughter outside, and then just throws her outside, slams the door. Okay? The boys are all loading up, right? They're all loading up. They're getting all the guns ready. They're cleaning the pistols. They're all dressed up like cops. That's their outfits this time.
Good time. Good.
Come on,
good.
this is a good one, right?
This is a good one.
Oh, I got cops. Like full on outfits.
Yeah.
So the Krista girl gets in a big car accident while she leaves. Okay? Smashes into another car. So the boys are going into the stadium. All right? A guy lets them in. They're in cop uniform. Guy just lets them in. So they get to this, and then they get to the guy that they need to meet. That guy takes them through the stadium, and then he gets them all the way through this like other door, and then lets them in the secret door. And then he goes, "Hey, you never fucking saw me," right? And then the guy leaves. So the fat guy and the Viacom guy, they're getting into the arena in other ways. All right, the fat guy, he has on an ambulance suit, and he's driving the ambulance truck in the arena.
Right.
And then the Viacom guy, he's like going through like the sewers, getting to the plugs and stuff.
Right.
So John Hamm, he's visiting the girl in the hospital. She got in the car wreck. And then he goes, I know, he starts listing all the drugs she has in her system, how she was driving with a minor, how she's definitely going to jail, blah, blah, blah. He's like, and you're going to lose your daughter. He's like, you're going to lose her to child services for sure.
Unless.
You want to see her again? He goes, what do you got? She's crying. She doesn't want to say anything. He goes, Doug, he's going away after this. So you be smart here. This could be big for your daughter. A huge difference in your life and hers. She breaks down all the way crying. Cut back to the boys are now drilling into a door. They're drilling into another door, right? The Viacom guy, he's working on this separate box at the stadium. The right then at the radio, he's like, we got the door cracked. He's like, we're ready. And then the guy goes, you guys all set? Yep. He hits a button. All the cameras go off for the stadium. Yep. Right then, Affleck and Renner come down this hallway, this long hallway. And they're like, hey, we got a 911 call here. Who called 911? And this guy, security guy comes out. I was like, I didn't, what? He's like, we got a 911 distress call. Who called 911? And then like these 4 other cops come out. And they're like, yo, we didn't do anything. All the cameras just went out. And they were like, look, we just got a call. Said 911 distress here in the cash room for the stadium. We're down here. What's going on, guys? And they're like, yo, nothing's going on. They're like, put your hands up. We want to see some IDs. And now they're all like got guns on each other. Like, whoa. And then they go, get down on the ground. We want to see some IDs. We don't know if you're robbing this place, right? So now, of course, they're like, we're not robbing. What are you talking about, man? We work here. We've been here all day. We're not robbing this place. They tie them all up. As they're tying them all up, Renner and Ben Affleck now put on masks, and they're all like, you motherfuckers! Like they like so smooth, dog, right? Then they knock on the door. Do. Larry Barnett in the cash room. You live on 223 Manhattan Avenue. Your wife is Laura Arnett. You have 2 kids, one at Phoenix University and one, at some elementary. There's also in the cash room, Barney Hill, your wife's name. And they listed all their things, right? We have men outside both of their places right now ready to kill your families. Let us in. Door opens.
Yeah, well, and this job ain't worth it.
Hey, you got my family?
Yeah. Fuck.
My family, though?
Fuck the socks, huh?
Dude,
yeah, fuck
the socks.
Fuck 'em.
Fuck us about the socks. Dude, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck the socks.
Oh, in that moment, though, you're so like, take all. Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I can't. Killing me is one thing. My wife and kids?
Family? Yeah.
Over Red Sox Yankee money?
Yeah.
They play every year.
I don't even like the Yankees.
They play every year. Who cares? They're going to play 5 more games next year.
Yeah, right?
Who gives a fuck? So they come in the cash room, right? All the money. It's all the money that you'd imagine that would happen in one of those games.
Right.
Take all the money, right? They rob the whole place. They walk out, take off their masks again. They're out on the street in their cop uniforms like nothing happened. And but you can feel their energy. They're nervous, but they're walking in, they're looking, right? And it's great shots of them looking at everybody as they're just like breathing. And they're just walking, right? They go through all the tunnels. No one notices them. They get all the way outside into down into the parking lot to where the ambulance trucks is waiting for them, right? Homeboy's dressed in his ambulance gear. Affleck they all change into ambulance stuff. Right, so now they all got ambulance gear on.
Right.
Okay. So right then
it's a great heist.
Affleck's it's great. He's looking around. He's noticing the parking lot that they're in is empty. He keeps looking. He's like, what the fuck? Because they were just around all those people.
Right. Or where are they parked?
Yeah. He's like, why is this empty? He's looking, and then he goes and he peeks outside. SWAT everywhere. FBI everywhere. Helicopter. You know what I mean? And he's like, he starts. Oh fuck, we're fuck.
Right.
Fuck. We're fucked. So they cut to outside. The FBI and them are talking. They don't know this though. The The FBI are like, did we miss him? They think they missed him. They don't know that they're just, they're like, oh, we missed him. I don't know. He's like, oh, well, check the streets, see how far they've gotten, maybe blah, 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 right? Or he's like, or maybe they're not here yet. They're debating on where they don't know that they're literally loading the money right below them, right?
Right.
So they're talking. Affleck goes to tell the guys what's going on. Right then, Renner notices a cop far away, pulls out a gun, just starts shooting. Of course, now they all hear, they all go down and look. Full shootout happens. I mean, it happens like that. You know what I mean? Affleck, and it's great because it's from Affleck's perspective, like, you know what I mean? Just like so fast.
Right.
You know?
Renner pulled the trigger a little too quick on that one.
So quick.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know where they were. So they're shooting, it's going back and forth for a while, right? Right then, the fat guy gets shot in the chest there's a guy in an armored car that they didn't see.
Right.
Shoots him in the chest. He takes it. Luckily, he has a vest on, but he takes it. They go and they start shooting at the armor. They get like their gun inside the armored car and they're shooting in it, right? So the guy like smashes out into where the police are. So they're still shooting back and forth, back and forth. SWAT throws a grenade under their car, like over in their area. It blows up. So they're all kind of fucked up.
Smoke grenade.
Ooh, no, grenade. Yeah. Ooh, they're kind of like, no, grenade.
Oh, okay.
Grenade. It's a full-fledged shootout, bro. They're trying to kill these guys.
Okay.
So, ooh, they're fucking coming to. The one guy stands up, the Viacom guy. Renner goes, no! Immediately, bullet right in his head. He's dead. Renner's like, no! Grabs a gun, kills like 4 or 5 cops. Right? They're all just shooting back and forth. Right then.
Yeah.
So the fat guy, he pulls Renner and Affleck close. He goes, look, you guys dress up like cops again. I'm going to drive out of here. You guys wait, pretty much like the Queen Latifah thing. Wait 10 minutes, run the other way.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, man, we can't, no, we're not going to go down like that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, hey, I can take a pinch, boys. You know I can take a motherfucking pinch. He goes, and if I get caught, I only give up your first names. And then they laugh. He's like, all right. They leave. He drives out. They start shooting the fuck out of him. He just smashes into another car. All right?
This is Renner, right?
No, this is the fat dude.
Fat guy, yeah.
Renner and Affleck. He tells us to Renner and Affleck.
Okay.
So Renner and Affleck now, they're like, oh, fuck. They get dressed in police garb again. They're looking at each other, and then Affleck goes, "See you in Florida," and then Renner goes, "I'll see you back here." Right? They split up. As they split up, they just blend in with the other because there's cops everywhere outside. They just blend in with the other cops. Right?
They leave the cash. Right?
Both got a duffel, just one bag.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
the other cops aren't questioning them. Like, where the fuck did you get this duffel bag?
Oh my God, there's a million things going on.
Okay.
They blended it. So it's
perfect.
They look the part. It's perfect. It's cops everywhere. They're blending in. Affleck, he doesn't have a bag. He puts it somewhere and he kind of he blends in with them and then he goes and gets it. And then right then Ham they go in and they can't find him. Right. So Ham's talking to the security guy who got robbed.
Right.
He's like, man, and the security guy's like, it wasn't by ambulance. He's telling him, he's like, no, it wasn't by ambulance, guys. It was by 2 cops. We got robbed by cops. That's what we got robbed by. And he's like, cops. So Ham starts driving around. And he's looking at all the cops. Just looking at them. Just driving around the crime scene. And he sees one walking away real fast with a duffel bag. He pulls up behind him and he stops. Officer! Hey, officer, can you hold on 1 minute? It's Renner, Coughlin. He just keeps walking. And then Ham calls it in. He's like, I think we got one. He keeps walking. I think it's Coughlin, blah, blah, blah. We're on, Van Nuys and some other street. Right? He's like, officer! He keeps saying, Renner just walking. He's breathing. Coughlin! He stops. Turns. Starts shooting. John Hamm dives out the way. John Hamm has a shotgun in his hand, right? He walks up on John Hamm. John Hamm's running around a car just like getting away from the bullets barely, right? He fucking unloads a couple on Renner. Renner fucking dodges them. Now they're running. They're just fucking running down a busy street.
Right.
All right? So intense, bro. He fucking reloads. He's now shooting in public. Renner just, Affleck walks out of a different area. He's now seeing all this. He's like, they're going back and forth. Homeboy takes one in the chest. Bam!
Renner? Okay.
Takes one in the chest, right? Keeps going. Shoots a couple more cops, kills him. He starts running, and he gets shot in the motherfucking leg by Ham. Falls down, hides behind some mailboxes, right? He goes, Coughlin! Throw down your weapon. It's over. It's quiet. You don't see him. You just see the mailboxes, and you just hear, Fuck you. Greatest fuck you of all time, dog. Just the way he shot him, I was like, oh, there's no way they didn't laugh. I go, Jeremy Renner, you're the greatest.
Yeah.
You're the GOAT.
Yeah.
Just that long, it's a long pause.
The timing.
Fuck you, because he thought about it. Like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You know?
Great fuck you.
Right? And then he turns and he shoots all of his bullets. Kills maybe one or two more cops. Affleck's just watching from a distance, right? Ham goes, you got 30 seconds, asshole, or we're coming over. So he has no more bullets. He's bleeding out. He looks over. There's a soda that was dropped on the ground with like a burger next to it. Reaches over, grabs the soda, throws it down. All right. I surrender. Gets up, comes out shooting. They fucking put right in his head. And then another one in his jaw. He falls. Music plays. Affleck's just like. They walk up on him. Affleck, he's watching from a far distance, right?
Yeah.
He just gets in a cop car, pulls away. Slowly. No one notices. Fades out. All right? So same cop car, pulls up to the florist shop. He gets out. He walks in. He's all panicky. He's like, Rusty. So the big security guard is looking at him. He's like, something went wrong, man. Something went wrong. Come here. I don't know what happened. And the Rusty guy leans forward. And when he leans forward, he takes out his gun. Boom! Blows his fucking head off. Right? And then he keeps walking in the shop. He's like, Fergie! Come on out, Fergie. Right then, Fergie's like, you motherfucking prick. Comes out and they start shooting at each other. Pop, 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 pop. They look at each other. Affleck got one in the chest, but he got like 3 in the Fergie dude.
Okay.
Fergie dude falls down. He walks up on him. He goes, hey, Fergie. Puts the gun on him.
Big girls don't cry. and then he's like, let's get it started in here. And then he shoots him in the
Hey,
face.
Fergie. Big girls don't cry. But get his name. That's really funny. That might be his sketch. It's like legit really good. Hey, Fergie. Remember who clipped your nuts. Bam! Shoots him in the dick.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. So the cops are talking. Him and John Hamm and Dino got to talking about how someone apparently just killed the florist. And he's like, Affleck. Like, he knows it's Affleck, you know? And then cut to, you see Affleck. He's robbing the florist. He's getting all his money. Taking everything as he leaves, right? He calls Claire. He's at like some phone. You don't know where he's at now. He's in a different room. He's in a phone. He goes, Claire, I want to meet you soon. I got to meet you, please. And then he's like, but I got to go. It's soon, you know? And then the cops are all beside her. She's beside all these FBI agents. And she's like, well, can you come here? And he's watching her through binoculars from a room across like the hall, you know? And he's like, you want me to come there? He's all disappointed. And she's like, yeah. He goes, I don't think that's a good idea for me. And then she's like, why? And he's like, well, what if police are there? And then she's like, there's no one here, I promise. There's no one here. And he's like, well, if I should come by, then I guess that's what I'll do. She's like, okay. He goes, Claire, I'm sorry, okay? For what I did to you. Please remember that. I'm really sorry. Come down in about an hour and let me up. I'll see you soon. Wait. Doug, wait. I want you to come. I really, really want you to come so bad. It'll be just like one of my sunny days. Affleck smiles. He goes, okay, I'll see you in a second. I'll see you soon. Hangs up, right?
This is very set it off. By the way, like the phone call between the lovers at the end. Claire, Blair, Underwood. Bro,
I love Set It Off, but I would say the dialogue in one of these is a little better.
Well, no, this movie is definitely better, but like in the terms of like
the flow, it's insane how it happens.
The pacing of the end is very Set It Off.
Very Set It Off.
Yeah.
It's insane how close they are.
Yeah.
So it's quiet. You know, she says that. Ham, he tells him, he's looking at her and he goes, I want guards at every train station, every Greyhound, just in case he doesn't come here. I want to find this fucking guy. Right. So Affleck, he's getting the money and he's like jumping across like these like narrow buildings to buildings, like the top of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he jumps and he gets down. And he gets down in the street and he's wearing like a bus driver kind of outfit.
Right.
You know? And he's all these cops are looking at him like, hey, you gotta get off the street, man. A lot of shit going on today. He's like, oh, sorry guys, just heading to work. And they're like, all right, get out of here. And so Affleck, he makes it across down And like Ham, he starts thinking to himself, and he's looking at the girl, and he goes, "My sunny days, my sunny days. You know, Claire."
John Hamm, John C. McGinley, or whatever his name is, bro. It's like, what's his name? It's like John. It's another John.
He's from Scrubs.
Yeah.
Dr.
But his
Cox
name is John.
His name is Dr. Cox.
His real name is John.
His real name is clearly Dr. Cox.
His real name is definitely John. So
his name's Dr. Cox.
this is the same movie. It's officially the same movie.
He goes, "You know, Claire, the FBI is a national organization. You know?" He's like, "So." He looks at her. He's like, "Get the description out. We know what he looks like. Let's find him, boys." He gets it on the horn that, he's missing still.
Right.
So John Hamm, he goes to his car, and on his car there's a note, and it just says, "Go fuck yourself." Okay? And he's like, "Motherfucker,"
Yeah.
So Affleck, he's sitting on a train. He's just, he's driving. Comes back to Claire. She's working on her garden. All right? She's working, and she hits something. She's like, "What?" She opens it. She finds a bag of so much, all the money buried inside. All the money from the Red Sox thing. All right. Well, from the Flores heist.
Yeah.
So, note, Claire, take this. You'll do way better with it than whatever I can. By the time you read this, I'll be long gone. Not the way I planned, but at least I'm leaving this city. He's like she reaches in the bag, and in the bag there's an orange, and it shows him, and he's like in Florida, and he's got like a beard, right? And he goes, hopefully, I'll finally stop looking for whatever I'm looking for, And then cut to her. There's this, the ice rink they were at the whole time?
Yeah.
It's a brand new up-to-date ice rink. All right. And then it said, "In memory of Doris McCrae," like the whole ice rink, donated from Anonymous. So she used the money,
Yeah.
put it in his mom's name to give the city a new ice rink.
Right.
What a good person. Also.
Yeah.
That's crazy to do that.
Yeah.
He goes, "I have a long road ahead of me with a lot of making up to do, but I know I'll see you again, this side or the other. The town."
Set it off. Set it off. It's set it off.
What do you think, bud?
I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Well, let me tell you this. You own this movie.
Oh yeah? Oh, it's one of those where
one of those, dog.
Where the buy was cheaper than the rent.
You own the town forever.
I own the town, baby. Yeah. So when does KD come into play? Well, at what point in the movie does KD join the Warriors?
Wrong year. You're thinking of The Town 3.
Okay. Yeah, The Reckoning.
Dude, season finale, Beaners. We love you. Thank you for rocking with us for 5 whole seasons.
And we'll see you next week. Season 6, baby.
Season 6 coming in hot.